Damn. What the fuck is up? Put the camera on Bryant. We got guest fucking Bryant in the casa, bro. What the fuck?
What's up, motherfuckers?
Yeah,
how we doing?
buddy. We got Bobby Ware, Techno Wizard, working on the fucking lights. Crispy Cruz here.
Hell yeah.
Yo. And we got fucking Phoenix on the boards, bro. Let's fucking go.
He fucked a bitch and rose from the ashes.
Dude, I'm ready to go. I got my hacky Jimmy Fallon notepad
That's
here.
good.
Yeah.
You can't. I got my fake laugh.
I got my fake Jimmy Fallon laugh ready to go. I'm a real host. Listen,
What?
we may have taken things a little too far the last episode, according to Susan. Thanks, Susan.
Susan again.
Wojcicki, if that's your real name, if that's how you pronounce it.
Getting
they
Susan
thought-
Wojcicki with it.
They thought we got a little too Wojcicki with it last time on episode 61. I'm glad that we separated our Dungeons and Dragons episode into a separate episode because that
me too.
did not get yeeted into
Oblivion.
the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
But yeah, episode 60. Well, now we're on episode 62. But if you do want to catch episode 61, if you missed it before it got taken down, it is now live on Rumble. You can check out ZUDECAST on Rumble. Just go ahead and look up. I don't know if we have a special URL yet.
We've been
I
ostracized.
think they give it to you from the get-go.
Do we
so
have
it
it?
might
Okay.
just be
Well, just give it a shot. Rumble.com/ZUDECAST.
But we're the only ones. You know, you'll never find us
Yeah,
anywhere
you'll find
else.
us.
Like,
So yeah, we're getting spicy on there. We're getting spicy on here. We got some spicy lads.
Yeah.
in the house tonight.
Y'all might get
Who we got in the house? Let's see who we got right here.
Oh,
we got,
man.
Who the fuck are you? Tell us.
Man, I'm just a pimp from the back alley you don't want to mess with, homie. I'm the motherfucker who was born out the mud, growing up, doing my thing.
God damn it.
Don't worry about me. No, what up, y'all? Part-time pimp, full-time player, Bryant, Whaley, call me Lightning Dog, whatever you want to call it. I ain't a rapper. I look like some fucking old ladies, Chinese woman slot machine. I ain't tripping. We kicking it. We doing the thing. How you guys doing? How you
fucking amazing,
Zudes
bro.
doing?
I'm amazing.
Man.
The Zudes, I'm doing fantastic,
Good,
man.
man, good.
It's wonderful to have you back. The
Thank
last
you, thank
episode Bryant was featured on was called The Last Calzussi, and it featured a mukbang of the Batman calzone
I got
pizza.
so much diarrhea from you motherfuckers. Y'all owe me new pants.
That was the last episode at the old Zude house.
Yeah, it
was.
Then we had some interim apartment Zude houses, and now we got the new
Yeah,
spot. The
I
new
live with you
return to the king.
motherfuckers at that first one.
Hell yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Dude, being roommates with this guy was fucking wild. It was lit,
Oh,
though.
yeah, yeah.
It was dope. It was a
was
fun
lit.
time. I wake up and just yell at them. You gotta say words you're not supposed to, and then you're like, you listen, you know, kick back, listen to tunes, and then you're like, why am I living with these fools?
Yeah, Bryant
a good
has
question.
been a unseen. Well, not even actually, because Bryant's been on the cast.
I've been
This
on
is
a few.
Fourth time
Is
now
it?
on the cast. Yeah,
Damn.
because
Damn.
we did
Oh, yeah.
one where Christian was gone, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
one
I
where
feel it.
Bobby was gone,
Yeah.
and then fucking and then the last Calzussi, and then now this one.
I'm just a sub.
And remember when we played the that HP Lovecraft video game?
That was so bad. I thought it was going to be good, and it just was.
That was terrible.
It was
Oh,
really
it was a fun
bad.
stream, though. I remember we were talking about eels, and you're like, if you knock them out, they fleshlights.
Bro, I be saying that about a bunch of shit. I be playing Pokemon now, and I'm like, I count how many Pokemon can be turned into fleshlights. It's a
Oh my
lot.
God.
Oh
It's
my
a lot.
God. I think you got a problem there, buddy.
Well, it's not so much a problem as I need to find a solution. It's simple. It's simple. You gotta, like, Pokemon ain't real. I ain't trying to buy a fleshlight. Chris isn't available. We're trying to figure things out here. So
The trail is closed. The old swimming hole.
the
old
right now.
What's the name of that like extra thick Pokemon that everybody be?
Oh, Jinx? That's my
Jinx?
girl.
Wait, is that the plant one?
No, that's the blackface one.
Hey.
I would take that one. Or I'll take Lickitung. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Big mouth.
that's the old school. What it do though?
Oh man.
Do that thing be thangin'.
Be doing something.
I wonder if they got like Pokemon Chomos where they're like They get the Pokemon that haven't evolved yet and start. Never mind. We're gonna.
Bro, let me just explain. This Pokemon is actually 1,000 years old.
I just didn't involve him.
It just looks like a child Pokemon.
Bro, what the fuck?
Sorry.
no laws against the Pokemon, Batman.
Bro, it's like the whole fucking thing where it was all like, my horny ass could not be a Pokemon trainer. And it's all like, what the fuck you mean by that?
Listen to this. So my homie would say that about Minions.
Oh my god.
And for his
Shout out
birthday,
Miggy.
yeah, Miggy, he's one of our band leaders. We almost got him a minion, and we were gonna cut the crotch out and put a fleshlight in there. I think that's coming up soon. I hope you don't listen to this.
You gotta get the specialty minion fleshlight.
Bro, no,
though.
listen. I was gonna get I was looking for the Marge Simpson fleshlight because it's yellow.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was trying to decide if I should put it in the eyeball or in the fucking where the dick should be, but I was gonna strap like a dildo to it. But then I realized how much all this shit cost.
It's not cheap, bro.
Man, this episode's getting taken down. Too.
Yeah, that's fine. Bro, I was gonna get the roller skating one too. Like you hit a button and it does the splits. Really work his ass out, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell this episode we're about to be hitting these mics hard.
Shout out to everybody who showed up in the chat so far. Thanks for tuning in.
Let me fucking get logged in.
We got and
With Zudes. I'm trying to think of who ate.
and the Let It Eat.
Who said
podcast.
the Charmander fleshlight burn? I love you.
Wait, bring it back up.
The
Bring
Let It
chips.
Eat podcast.
The
Damn.
Charman flashlight burns. Yikes,
Oh,
bro.
man.
That's got that icy hot on your dick, you know. Hey, look, it's going on, bro.
I feel like he would like be able to beat chlamydia if you can fuck Charmanders.
Bro, I feel like I feel like you just get chlamydia when you fuck Charmanders, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I gotta find the one that's closest to me. I'll find like a mankey.
Bro, I mean, look, if you get AIDS from fucking a monkey, what are you gonna get from fucking a Pokemon, bro?
Power.
Yeah?
Man.
Ultimate power.
Do you trade your lifespan for power? Like, you just get fucking die, but then you're like Pikachu dick?
You just show the fucking Pikachu who's boss, basically, you know what I'm saying? You're like, I own you. Pokemon is just slave simulator, if you guys didn't know this.
Yeah. Let's expound upon that.
Well, first of all,
Bryant, break down Pokemon lore.
so first of all, you're going to their place of living. You're kidnapping them, putting them in balls. That's the chains, motherfucker. That's the chains. And then you exploit them for their breeding habits, so you can get shiny ones. You want different colored motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Just like they did to us back in the day. They're like, we want them a little lighter. And then you make them battle. That's Mandingo fighting right there, baby.
Dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what the Dawg trio are doing underneath. They're just fighting each other.
Saying, oh, Dawg Trios, they're
right.
hiding. That's the Underground Railroad.
Now don't worry. Now they're just wrestling under there.
We'll talk. All right, whatever. You know.
Anyways.
Sorry. That's theory.
Hey,
Theory
does,
number one.
does that mean that Ash Ketchum is the Harriet Tubman of Pokemon?
No, it's Hitler. Listen,
Speed running how fast we can get this episode taken down.
sorry. I'll knock it back. I'll knock it back.
Who we don't like.
we don't.
Should go without saying.
Yeah, we
ain't fans of H-Dog, okay?
No,
We're fans of Lightning Dog, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Hey,
Sorry, I had to get that spiel out there.
Look, I'm sorry. I just want to say every time I'm thinking like, man, am I an edgy piece of shit? I'm like, oh, Bryant's like,
No, I'm a pirate. It's one of those things. I live on the.
Nah, ZUDECAST is a very honor among pirates kind of podcast.
Yeah.
You know? So let's stick to that. Yeah. Hit that full screen. Cheers, boys. Cheers.
I only got the
man.
bolt. Damn, I got to crack a beer. Fuck.
So anyway,
Yeah, buddy.
but yes, thank
So
you for
keep
having
on-
me back. I appreciate you
Oh,
guys.
fuck yeah, bro. Any fucking time,
How you
bro.
been, G?
Yeah,
I'm
tell
good,
us about
man.
you. Yeah.
I quit my job because I was done slaving. I trade my chains for my change. You know what I'm saying? Fucking keep pushing. And so now I'm just playing music with a bunch of people. It's a good time. Play music with this motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Fucking just trying to go through all the bands in Sacramento. I was like, I'm a whore.
I was gonna say, how many? What's your band body count at this point? How many bands
I can't
have
tell
you been in?
I
Brian?
literally can't tell you. It's been at
You're a home wrecker.
I literally every time I like subbed for a band, the other bass player ends up almost getting fired. And it's like, what it is I'm docile and can play bass. And so motherfuckers just be like, oh, he's chill. He ain't gonna be a problem. he likes this shit. It's fine. We can feed him sandwiches. He'll be all right. But like, I just been through the time, probably like 40 bands. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Every year, it's like another 10 bands, and it's like
not all of them consistent.
No.
It's
But it's just like I just yeah, exactly. I just have the like the other weekend I played for like a Brazilian band. We played traditional music. Nice. Called Boca de Rio, and they're great people. And then I played for this like band. We played like fucking Sweet Home Alabama called Island in Black and White. And like then I play with a bunch of cats. 10 Foot Tiger funk band that like does rock shit. It's cool, man. It's just like it's a fun experience to be invited with all these bands, and they're just very caring people, and like they have so much to show you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just laughing because we were just talking about fucking Pokemon, and now we're trying to get into the real shit.
You gotta loosen up first, then you can get to the real stuff.
No, but like it's just good to have the support of the community, so I can feel comfortable quitting my job and have the support of all my students and my friends and my family around me, and like we're just trying to push and make goals together, and like the dream is like everybody reaches for the dream, but that's the thing. It's like just go. You gotta chase it. You're not gonna be able to. You're like, it's not something you just get and then you're like, oh, this is like I have it now. It's like no. Every time you reach your goal, there's just something else that you gotta work towards. And like some of it's gonna make you cry, some of it's gonna make you feel like a motherfucker, and we be killing it. But then sometimes you just gotta be in the middle and just be like, whatever happens, happens. You know. So I'm just riding it out, seeing who I can play with, and see what I can learn from motherfuckers. It's cool.
Just like subbing with other bands is such a challenge too.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, all right, here you just got to learn this 3 hours of material, and then like maybe this will be your only gig ever with us, or maybe this will be a thing that continues for years.
Yeah.
But you have no idea when you're starting out, you know, how far it's really gonna go.
Well, and with that shit too, it's like you kind of weigh the options of like, is it worth learning this stuff and stuff? And I see it as an opportunity to make more friends and just like learn something for that moment. And like push past the point where you're like feel comfortable and you're like, I'm reaching for something that I don't even know it's possible. And it's like you bet on yourself so much that you're like, I got this. You know what I mean? Like I've had gigs where it's like we went on tour for like 10 days and then that even was an ordeal. I got sick, but I had to learn like 30 tunes or whatever it was in a couple of weeks and like go on tour with you guys and like fill in for someone who's been playing with you guys for years.
You got sick like right after the tour.
Well, I got sick right before the tour.
Oh, right before the tour.
Yeah, you got sick right after.
I got sick during the tour.
This motherfucker was dying on stage. I'm like, he's alright.
Yeah, that was wild in Oregon.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that was, dude.
That was fucking you sucking too many dicks in that bathroom.
Wasn't the wrong.
Calm down, man. That mouth needs to stay clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't want the Oregon Trail.
I was say you got the Portland plague, bro.
Yeah, man. But like after that, this dude hit me up, and he's like, he fired the other sub bass player because I told him I couldn't do the gig, and then he's like, no, I need you. You got a week to learn all this material, and this material is like the hardest shit I've ever had to play, and it's like I couldn't see my friends for like that week. I couldn't see anybody. I had to lock myself in my room for 8 hours. And even when I got to the first rehearsal, it still wasn't enough. And I was like, I literally after that rehearsal, I got in my car, just put my head in my hands, and was like, what am I gonna do? And like, but like then you just realized in those moments, if you instead of worrying and crying about things, you just get up and you're like, I'm gonna work. I have more time. I have more time before the gig. It's just do it. You gotta fly blind sometimes and be like, I just have enough hope on yourself where you're like, I can do this shit. And like at the end, I'm addicted to that like accomplishment like cycle where it's like you don't know if something's possible. You put yourself through something where you're like, damn, this is hard, and like, and you kind of you're like, you ask yourself, why did I do this?
Because you really do have to bet on yourself succeeding the whole time, where it could just be a month or two with no gigs, where it's just a bunch of rehearsals, a bunch of just having to learn a shit ton of tunes. But then there's some months where you look back, I'm like, I think like September and October for me, I'm like, damn, I played more days than there was more days with shows than there were days without shows.
Bro, I'll get sick of my bass. I'll get sick of looking at it. I'll be like, I've held this thing too many times. It's like a kid you don't want.
Dude, I feel it, dude. I feel that with guitar sometimes where I'm like, damn, I haven't even picked the shit up in between rehearsals and gigs sometimes.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, you gotta learn how to play for you still. When it's like those times of rest. I talked to my teacher, and he's like just a super accomplished bass player, and he's like, anytime I'm not gigging, I'm preparing. Right. Anytime I have a gig, I have to prepare still. So there's also this constant motion of preparation so that when something does happen, you're ready. And like you're never gonna be ready for everything, but like to reach for that like prep to like I don't know those goals. It's like wherever you want to be, you have to be somewhat prepared. So when the time comes, motherfuckers are calling you. You're like, all right, let's do it, and then you shit your pants.
Right. Well, and just being a musician, just young broke musicians. It's like
I love it.
It's great, but it's like you have to be able to find that window of time. You're like, okay, I technically have enough money for the next month or whatever that I can just sit down and practice and not have to just grind all fucking day and like work all day on other shit. Yeah. When you can actually get to the point where like this is literally my job is to sit down and just learn all these tunes, and that's my only job. Yeah. Like that's the point that we're all kind of trying to get to in different ways.
Well, you guys are doing this shit
different
too.
Different types
of
like, gigs. Yeah.
Well, like I see you guys I love the community. I love you guys, and it's one of those things where I see everybody pushing in a different direction and working towards these things that they want to do because it's what fulfills them with life. Because like richness can be measured in different ways, but like when I see money, I don't think of it as like richness. Of course, I would love $1 million. Who wouldn't? But like it's one of those things where it's like when you do something and you achieve a goal that you didn't think was even possible, and you're like, you look up and you're like, damn, I did that. Right. And then you look for the next one.
The money's just the fuel at this point. Yeah, it just buys you more time.
Yeah, the money for me is just like so I can like survival, of course. Yeah. But it's like with it, it's like as long as I got my rent paid, as long as I got my bills paid, I can be free. I don't have to buy all this bullshit. Right. I don't have to, even though I'm like so, of course everybody likes buying stuff. I want to play video games, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like if you can't downgrade the lifestyle for a little bit, it's like you're not gonna make it. You gotta like kind of see the necessities and like go for it, And like I love what you guys are doing here with the new setup and everything. This is beautiful.
Yeah, this has been the money dump.
Well, no, I feel it. Well, you guys are supporting your dream. You know what I mean? And it's like this shit. It's like I've seen different variations of this, and like it's just cool how legit it is. And like I know people on like online just seeing it from like cameras, but like it's sick. This is like. These fools know how to do it, and they know how to get it done, so I'm proud of them. I'm proud of you motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you, boy. It really means a fucking lot, man.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Pushing. It's just feeling me, you know what I mean? You guys are doing things, I'm like, I want to do things.
Man, it's cool to have just like a bunch of friends that are all doing different creative shit. And it's like, even though we're not like directly competing in the same spaces at all, it's just fuel for the fire.
Yeah, and we just like, we kind of like, cross-pollinate with other shit. We're like, okay, I'm gonna help you out with this. Help me out with this. We'll do this. Okay. We're just trying to be the stepping stones for like each person that like is trying to do something. You know what I mean? Like and support. That's all we can do. It's our job.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Dude, shout out to the Let It Eat podcast. I don't know who this is.
I know them. They're from Instagram.
Nice.
They're cool. Sweet. Yeah, they're always saying what's up. And thank you. Appreciate it.
I got the Viking music.
Viking epic battle music.
Take a big chance.
Eli does most of the social management on Instagram these days.
Yeah, I'm the admin. I'm over there talking shit posting, bro. Posting all the memes, all the nut shots, bro. All the bail videos. All the fucking that's me up on the Instagrams. The
beautiful.
Instant gratification. I was gonna say, speaking of the shit, hey Christian, do you have the drive open potential? Can you pull up the picture of Bryant real quick, bro?
What?
The picture that I made for you. The flyer.
I thought you caught me lacking. I'm like
the thumbnail. Yeah.
There's so many pictures of me out there.
This is about to be the thumbnail for us. I think it's just that one right there.
Yeah, I forgot to put it up for the stream.
Actually, let me just. No, that's just the Trevor one. Damn it. I might not.
On Instagram.
Yeah, it's on Instagram. If you can pull that up real quick, bro. Hooah. Yeah, bro. I fucking.
I mean, it's in the thumbnail of the video, but
no, it's not on the thumbnail yet. Oh, mental.
No, I forgot
to pull it up real quick. It's all good. I forgot to too.
Is it on ZUDECAST?
It's right there. Go down. Those are just pins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pull that shit up. That full screen. Bam, I made that for Bryant, bro. Yeah, let's fucking go.
That's how I feel at festivals. That's
how you look at festivals.
Bryant crashing out of the ground.
Man.
Causing an earthquake.
That's my dream right there.
Yeah, man.
My dreads like do the walking for me, you know what I'm saying? You just hear the sound and bass arriving before the devastation.
Dude, we've done some wild festivals.
Man, we've done some shit where I don't even want to talk about it sometimes.
It's like, a lot.
It's just, man, you get in spots and you find a culture and like That culture is just like it's like finding a batch of like dwarves in the forest that just do too much ketamine, and you just decide to hang out with them for some reason. You're like, oh sure, yeah.
That's so.
They hand you a
accurate.
pan flute, and you're just like, oh cool, I'm here now.
You're like, I'm pan now, I guess.
Yeah. Going back to Neverland.
If you blow the pan flute, you're pan now.
Like
Sorry to
Pan
say.
from Pan's Labyrinth. Do you
Yes.
think he's actually Pan?
Maybe.
He's scary
Polly
and
Pan.
also just Polly and
Yeah.
Pan. Yeah.
No, there's sometimes where, like, if you're at a festival or some kind of event like that, you walk into a group of people and you're like, oh shit, I accidentally just walked into a polycule, I think. You guys know about polycules?
What the fuck's a poly?
I think you
my
can take a pretty good guess. It's
yeah,
just
I was like using context clues
Yeah.
for big words here.
That was the whole thing with the FTX scandal from a few weeks ago. It was just a bunch of nerds, and they had their big office in the Bahamas, and they were just like scamming people out of like crypto through this
Oh,
crazy
man,
nonsense.
And they were
Yeah.
also having like freaky orgies, bro.
Yeah.
They're
No,
having-
that's
they're
what
having-
I was saying though. Like when you go to a festival, it's like sometimes you run into groups of people that it's like them basically.
They're just Polly and Pan
You're
to
like,
the
this is-
max, bro.
Yeah, you just walk into someone's campsite and they're like, "What's up? Come on, have a beer." And you're like, "Oh, this is a polycool right now." Like every single person's trying to fuck right now. It's
It's a
wild.
Polly party. How cheap. Ba-da-ba-da.
My favorite is the old people at the festivals because they feed you.
True.
Oh, God
Shout out to
damn.
Judy.
Dude. We got this girl, Big Booty Judy.
Is that the Italian ISIS lady?
Yeah, first time I met her, she broke my pipe, and it was a weed pipe. It wasn't my dick. But
Yeah, from piping.
she
Are
wanted
you
it
sure?
though. She wanted it. No, it's weird. She like I feel like she's a big old lady that serves Italian ice and puts all the vodka in it, all of it, and you're gonna puke like after like just one drink. But I don't know. She serves it up. But she like I feel like she makes these scenarios where dudes have to come over and help her so she can talk to them.
Do you think she ever?
yeah.
Do you think she ever slobbed the knob of one of the members of Grateful Dead?
Probably
Probably, right?
and more.
Probably,
Easy,
like-
easy.
Probably not. I don't know. I don't know how Judy was looking back in the day, but if it's anything like current Judy, probably not. You know, probably not Jerry. Maybe.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, fuck.
Probably not Jerry. You know, but maybe probably not Bob Weir either.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Fucking Jerry looks like Wolverine's Down syndrome cousin.
Hey man. Well, that's how he lost his finger.
Yo, I went to
Basically
like
cut it with his Wolverine claws.
Dude, I hate people who talk about Jerry's finger. I've never wanted to know about it one time. People don't know he got his finger cut off, whatever, in like a lumber thing, or I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck. But when I went to Santa Cruz, I went to stay at this person's house. You're like, well, you know, when you talk to the locals, you want to know about the spots around town, right? This guy was like, oh man, you'd love this town. It's fucking 10 miles that way. That's where Jerry cut his finger off. I'm like, why does that help me?
That's cool. Yeah.
I'm hungry, man. I want food.
Fucking
I
hell.
want to know where the fuck I can go find a damn finger on the ground in a lumber yard. Hell no.
I love when people refer to Jerry Garcia just as Jerry.
Oh, they're
Like,
homies.
yeah, you know
Oh.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no.
No,
It's like they went to the 3rd grade with him. My boy Jerry. Oh.
It's like they went to the 3rd grade with them.
I'll tell you.
But yes, festivals.
boys, yeah.
They hit. You can trade. One time at a festival, I got a bunch of psychedelic slaves. So listen.
How the turns of tables.
Yeah. Oh, of course. So I knew the guy who was in charge of making dinner for that night for the whole campground, and he wasn't gonna do it. I just know he wasn't. So I was like, so I was just kind of playing along with them, like pretending like we're gonna cook food, and I was just on a bunch of mushrooms or something. I don't know, but he was like, go find people to wash dishes. And what I did, I took like an ounce of mushrooms and I walked around and I was like, eat these, follow me. And then I took a bunch of people into the kitchen and made them wash dishes. And they didn't, and they didn't know why they were there for a second. They were like, what's happening? And the motherfucker cooking food he wasn't cooking a 5-star meal. He was cooking ramen. He was cooking packs of ramen, but he had different packs of ramen. And this fool was so out of his mind. He was measuring the boil time for every pack of ramen. He's like, these noodles take a little longer. I'm like, you're not gonna cook them. And he's like, he's a bald man, didn't wear anything but underwear, and just trying to cook everybody's food. And we're in the kitchen, fucking washing knives on mushrooms, and then everybody's confused. And I'm like, Now I know why I feel so good.
I was
The
gonna
chaos
say,
lord.
Jeffrey Dahmer would be impressed because
I made zombies.
You had full mushroom zombies,
Oh,
bro.
it's beautiful. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
it's the missing ingredient.
Bro,
is
you
mushrooms.
mushrooms get everything done. I can trade mushrooms for a bucket of chicken. I can. Dude, it's great. It's great. It's a good time.
Just like on some
Have you
real
ever-
Pied Piper type shit. Just,
Have you ever
Follow
done that?
me.
Yeah.
Trade mushrooms for chicken?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. You can trade mushrooms for everything. You can trade. So festivals.
It's like
is-
prison rules almost.
Yeah. Festivals are prison rules. So you're like, I got this chunk of watermelon, man. You got 2 hits of acid. And like, they're like, yeah. Oh, yeah, I got you. I'm hungry.
They're on it with the exchange rates, bro.
Yeah, no, they know. They know. They're like, okay,
the
an eighth of
unit-
watermelon is 2 hits of acid. You know what I mean? They know
Yeah.
what's up. And like, what happens is like, you just go around and you're like, by the end of the festival, you have all this stuff you didn't even want. And like, but you have a bunch of things you're like, I'm gonna fucking get down.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know.
It's like a video game. It's like a roguelike
Yeah.
where you're like, all right, how am I going to do on this run? How much
Yeah.
gear can I acquire in this 3-day weekend?
I'm like, I need to find a couch, booze, and mushrooms. and
It's
we're
crazy
good.
because as we get older too, when we go to festivals, like when you're 19 and you go to a festival, everybody's like, hey, yo, can I get a little hit of that? And they're like, I don't know, dog. Like, that's my only shit or whatever. But then
Yeah.
when you're hanging out with a bunch of people that are in their 30s and 40s at festivals,
Oh, they're pros.
they're like, here you go. And they just hand you a bullet and it's just
Yeah.
like full of like God knows how much illegal narcotics.
Dude.
And you're like, do you want this back? And they're just like already gone. And you're like,
What?
where'd they go?
And I laugh at the people who don't know how to get drugs at a festival. I'm like, they're like, people come up to me like, how do I just get mushrooms? You have, I'm like, watch this, do this. Go into the biggest crowd and be like, who's got mushrooms? And I swear to God, 50 people will hand you roots.
You're an
The
easy
roots of Yggdrasil. To fill your fucking goddamn gobble.
You're an easy mark though.
I am.
At,
Oh, no,
at
I-
a festival, they're like, this motherfucker definitely wants some.
But no,
mushrooms.
but
Like,
that's what
let's look at him.
See, like, but I tell this technique to people and they do, and they're like, it worked. I'm like, yeah, fucking no duh. Everybody's
Yeah,
fucked up.
everybody wants drugs and everybody wants to buy.
They're like,
How do you
of
get
course.
drugs? Yeah, we would never advise on how to get drugs at festivals, but typically
Oh, no,
the
no,
best
no.
way is to just
Honestly,
ask.
well, nowadays, dude.
Well, that's the best way to get anything you want in life, right? Is
Ask
just
for it.
ask,
Just
be
ask
forward,
for it.
you know, and just
Yeah.
be forward.
Be
with people.
polite, madam. Can I have some of your drugs? And then they'll be like, of course. And then you get
You
them.
just stand in the middle of the crowd. You're like, coochie,
Yeah.
anyone?
But now it's a game to see how fast I can get out of festivals. That's a new game.
That ass.
Yeah.
Dude, we made it out of that one festival.
2 hours, dude.
The day after I got fucking hit
Hit
by a car. Limped my ass to the
God
festival.
damn, cripple
Callbacks.
Lou. You know what I'm saying? You're fucking crazy.
Dude.
I know. We were about to go to a festival. I hit him up. I was like, we're gonna go, right? He's like, actually, I got hit by a car. I'm like, you bitch. You lying.
Yeah, it was wild
but we
because we
made
had
it.
a show like the night before.
Yeah.
And
As soon as I take
like minutes
this
after
fool
you
leaves
left.
my sight. He needs me around so he doesn't get hit by cars. Now. I don't trust him to walk.
Yeah.
I need to put one of those little leashes on it with the monkey on it. You know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
He needs
It's-
he needs a vest, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where it's a backpack,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then you think like, oh, I just have a backpack on. No,
Yeah.
that's a leash.
It's a leash.
It's
yeah.
a guitar. It's a for his guitar too.
Yeah.
It's like that. He's like
I put a leash on his
He
big
thinks
bag.
he's guitar-
what
he's
the
a
hell
guitar-
am I, dude? A fucking Balenciaga teddy bear?
Yes, yes. But yeah, no, that's been the new game of life lately. It's like during summers, I'm like, I don't have to stay here. I can get some sleep. It's kind of nice, actually.
It is kind of nice. Like honestly,
Bro.
you don't have to stay up until 5 a.m. and
Dude,
do drugs
I've
every
wo-
time you go.
I've been at a festival-
more than 2 hours away from home
No,
for a
yeah,
gig.
you
You can
just
just
don't.
go.
You can
You
go
just go, and you can even have a beer or two.
Yeah.
And then you just wait a second, then you drive home.
You start
You're
chatting.
good.
You're like, hey, you know,
Have a Red Bull, smoke a cigarette, go home.
fucking, I'm high. I don't know. I forget what I was gonna say. It's about a festival.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Fun,
Chris.
man.
Say something.
Dude.
What? What do you want?
Let's see. I had some random things written down on my notepad here.
I got some random things
Here,
in my notepad too.
Let's real
homie.
quick though, just give you a rundown, bro, for the people that don't know you. How long have you been playing bass, Bryant? Let's
I
hear
don't
it.
know. How
hear
old am
that.
I? So I
about as long as he's been growing those dreads.
Okay,
Actually, yes.
the first time I ever saw you in my entire life in high school, you were playing a bass.
Yeah.
That's
No,
how long you've been playing.
that's what I'm
bass.
saying.
That's
Yeah.
crazy that, wait. Yeah, that's right. You
Yeah,
guys
these
were at
fools
the
went to
same
high school.
school.
We
Yeah.
met in high school through Colin O'Hare because
Yeah.
Alex was friends with Colin, and this is just a whole
Back in
mutual
the day,
friend group.
that's
right.
It's
Such a
crazy.
small fucking world, bro.
It's weird.
And I didn't know until years and years
Yeah, that
later
was
when we
it.
started hanging out again. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
That was fucking Bryant back then. I'm like, no way.
Yeah,
but
no.
well, there was a weird time we had Colin O'Hare at my grandmother's house. We were just hanging out there, and Bryant came over, and there was like a mini reunion.
Well, like, what
Just like-
happened was like I didn't know you were talking about the same homie.
Yeah.
We were like I came over. You're like, bro, come smoke weed with me. I'm of course. And then he's like, yeah, this homie's coming over. I'm like, what's his name? Colin. I'm like, where do you live? And you told me, and I was like, that motherfucker. And then I put two and two together. I'm like, okay, yes, yeah. I don't know. It's just funny when you like get that reunion and you just don't know you guys were all in a clique back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's up. So
So-
what would you say the
so-
high school or?
I say like so it's like 13 years I think going on 14. So like I played guitar first when I was like 11 for a couple years and like just was figuring things out, and then I got a bass when I was 13. It was 13 or 12. It was in between the two, and then I just fell in love with it. There's certain things where you get in your life and you're for some reason you can just express on it.
Yeah.
And like it's not. I wasn't saying I'm like I know how to play it. I'm just like something about it is comfortable. The resonance of it is just something that like is something that will give you like I don't know something to look forward to. And like when I grew up, it wasn't like a big thing where I was like, yeah, I got hella homies, I got this and that. I'm like, I literally just was by myself practicing and like. Growing up in a household that was just kind of like, you know, shit happens. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I needed the out. And the two things was bass and anime. And
There you go.
And I mean, and that's why I do things I do now. That's why I'm like, I don't know, it just gives me power to push forward and like keep playing, keep doing things and just look up and be like, I know I'll be okay. You know, I got this shit. And I don't know, see where it takes me. That's why I met all you guys.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's like just through playing. And it's like, I realize the more I put into it, the more I'm going to get out of it. And like, and be it, I'm not talking about like money. I'm talking about like knowledge. I'm talking about friendships, people that you call family, and it's like experiences you'll never get unless you get there. And it's like,
right.
And putting in the work. And like, even though I wasn't in any bands back in the day, like just learning how to play, I just knew there was a goal to get out there and do things. I saw this anime called Beck Mongolian Chop Squad, and it's about this kid who plays guitar. He's trying to learn how to play guitar. He's just homies in high school with a bunch of kids who are older than him, and they're just all in a dank band, and he's like, I want to be a part of that. So he picks up guitar and just starts figuring it out, and like that's inspired me because I'm like, you see the journey of the musician through it, and they did it really well. And it's like one of those things where like I just look up and be like, damn, I want to do that. I want to find a band. I want to play festivals. I want to do this and that, and then like years later, if I told my younger self what I'm doing, he'd be proud. And it's like the same thing. It's like I'm sure in another 10 years of like whatever happens, I'll be proud of who I am now. You know, today. So it's like you know, it's crazy.
It's hard to find good movies and good media that accurately represent the path of a musician.
Yeah.
Like there's really not that many things. It's
Bro.
always like, oh, I got this haunted guitar and
It's so stupid.
You gotta sell your soul. To play the blues.
Speaking of, do you guys see Soul? Do you
A
guys see
long
that
time
shit?
ago? Yeah, I seen
No,
that movie.
I heard kind of mixed reviews.
So can I
from
tell you,
musicians.
I did not like it. This motherfucker, the main musician on there was a bitch. He was complaining about how he didn't get the gig, and then he dies and shit, and he's crying some more.
Boo-hoo, yeah.
Fuck that motherfucker. He had a bunch of students in his classroom. He's like, give up on music. Because he didn't get a gig. He's like, give up. You know, why am I teaching? What do I care? And it's like, fuck you, motherfucker. You didn't get that gig because you didn't practice. You did not get that gig because you did not practice. That's
That movie is half baked as fuck.
yeah,
bro.
but I get what
Like,
they're going for, but it's like I feel like a non-musician wrote it, and they're like, oh, we're just gonna teach people about the afterlife through like musicians, and it's like,
Bro.
get it right.
If you're
Yeah,
like
right.
a jazz teacher or like a music teacher at an actual school and you can't get any gigs, it's like
I've seen
I don't
that.
know, like I don't know that I would trust like sending my kid to that teacher, bro.
Well, but no
Like-
one thinks about it. No one
But,
thinks
right.
about it. They're all just like, oh, these guys know the professors.
Right. They're like, teach him notes, teach him scales, and don't molest them.
Yeah, exactly. Checklist 101.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Making a musician,
Right.
but like at the end of the day, it's like
Just don't play him like an oboe.
fuck Fuck. I left school because of how much I just wasn't learning because the teachers were depressed, dude. Oh my god. I walked into a bathroom one time and I saw the jazz instructor almost crying. And I was like, are you okay? He's like, no. I was like, yo, dude, come on.
In high school? Wait.
No, this was in college.
Oh,
yeah, in college. And
At least they can level with you in college.
Bro.
Yeah. They're like, no, dude, it ain't good.
I was like, are you okay? And it's crazy. And like, if that's the person teaching you how to play, you're gonna be depressed. And you're gonna not know. That point of view is spiteful when someone's like, I hate what the world's given me. It's like, because you created this path. It's like, you can end up wherever. Right. I mean, sometimes people definitely end up in situations that aren't in their control. But like, if you're a teacher and you have all this knowledge and you don't gig, you need to give the students perspective of gigging because that's what they're in for.
I think a lot of music teachers are just would have been successful musicians, but they just didn't pull out.
Yeah, they're geology teachers.
Like they had a kid and they're like, I need a 401k. And that's really what it is. They just didn't pull out.
Now, something Andrew Tate said, or on a podcast, actually struck with me. He's like, I never let like my circumstances fucking like hold me back. Essentially, I take 100% accountability, even if it was like technically out of my control. It's like you consider everything that you do and be like, how is this my fault, essentially?
Right.
And it's just a way to reframe like how you can get better and move past shit. So I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Full accountability.
It is. Good.
I was just gonna say. So then, taking it up, you said you didn't really intend to get in a band, but you just knew that was something you'd want to do. Like, when did you first? What was your first band you were in? Like, when did you play your first show and stuff? Okay, like so that?
I was at Oak Grove High, and like they had this thing called Rock Out Loud. It was just a concert, right? Like you're in a guitar class, everybody's like, oh, we're gonna play. You gotta play for a grade. Yeah. I flunked the entire class until I get until Rock Out Loud, and then he gives me all the credit because I usually bring a cool band. But like the first band I played with, it was this cool trio, and it was like the drummer was this cat who lived in an RV park, and he was like 17, living by himself. And me, him, and a guitar player would just stuff all our equipment in an RV and just fucking shred for hours. And it's like we're just figuring it out together. And like we would go to sports bars and stuff like that. But I'd be so critical about myself after performances. I'd be like, I fucked up, I suck, and it's like that's the it happens. But but it just kept encouraging me, like because like what happens is you make more friends. Yeah, you seeing like because like the kid from like I said with me, it's like I just had my bass when I was younger. I have a few select homies that I've taken through time with me for sure. But like for the main part, like high school, I wasn't talking to people. I was just like go home and practice and then, like, when I found other people who do the same thing, you just find this connection where you're like, oh, you're like me. You know, like, and like, but you can see it in different ways. It
other cave dwellers.
Yeah, exactly. Oonga boonga, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know, you can see it in different things. It doesn't have to be the person has to be a musician, but you can see the spirit of somebody who's just like, it's like, you can tell they're trying to push something with what they have, and it's like, but like my first band was just this cool little trio, and we just play out and about like Elk Grove Sports Bar on the open mic night. Oh, nice. Fucking my god, when my mom dropped my bass down the staircase before we had to play, and it duct taped the neck of the bass. Oh god, it was a nightmare. But
did you do Rock Out Loud every year?
Every year that I was there. So I was there only a couple of years just because of how much I didn't do school. I literally snuck under the radar. The counselor brought me in on like the third year, and he's like, how did we miss you? They're like, you are literally not doing anything. I'm like, no. Fucking what? What do you want, dude? I get it. Like, and I'm not saying I'm dumb. I'm just saying I just didn't like school and like.
It fucking does, dude.
Yeah.
School fucking sucks,
I
bro.
knew how dumb it was because like the other school I went to, I got sick of people calling me a dumbass, so I just literally graduated with straight A's. I was like, I can show you how easy this is. Yeah. And it's like, I just chose to put my eggs in a different basket. I'm like, I just want to play bass. And like everything, if I was in a math class, I'd be reading bass player magazines. If I was at a gym, I'd be shedding in the bleachers. I wouldn't dress up. I'd be like, no, get out of here. And like, I ain't doing shit. And it's like, and it's nothing against the teachers, but I'm like, you kind of know what you want to do at a certain age when you find something that gives you life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because like,
that's what they designed high school for, is for all the people that don't know what the fuck they want to
Yeah.
do. And they're like, well, we'll just keep you here around and you can just kind of putz about.
Yeah.
But then it's like, there's fools that know when they're 12, they're like, I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of a double standard too, because if you're like, I want to play football, they're like, yeah, son, all right. All you got to do is just get these C minuses and whatever. Who gives a fuck about all the rest of your classes and just go crazy with football?
Just do
But
it.
when it's with music, it's like they
It's
don't
different.
give you the same, unless it's like you're really getting into like classical or something like that. They don't give you the same
opportunities.
leniency.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I was just scrolling through Twitter here, and there's an article from the Wall Street Journal about how more musicians who are touring are just like, nah, we're not doing the hard partying shit anymore. They're taking like Joe Rogan ice baths and shit. Yeah. And it's like, it's kind of true. I feel like that's becoming more of the norm now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of important. I want to like start taking like, so someone was talking about this, or I was watching another podcast with Mark Normand. He was talking about, because he's a comedian, you know, and he's talking about how he's starting to treat being a comedian like being an athlete, where you're like, you don't really want to stay up until 4 a.m. doing blow and then sleep into, like, because it's like you're gonna suck the next day, and it's like musicians, like, we've all been there or whatever, where like
throws you fully off your game, man.
Yeah.
even for the podcast, I'm like, I had to like chug a Red Bull right before this because I was like just day drinking all day earlier, and I was like, I gotta get my fucking head in the game.
I feel it. No,
But it's like,
it's the same shit.
there's not that many other lanes or paths where people take that much of a commitment to it, where it's like, like if you go on tour or you do something like that, you have to make sure you're physically ready, because that shit will destroy you.
Yeah, well,
just like sitting in a van for 9 hours, whatever, going from one state to the next, and then hopping back up on stage. Like, you have to like stay limber,
well,
and you have
mentally
to eat right,
too,
and
dude.
you have to drink enough water,
God,
and just enough, just have your wits about
well, like,
you.
because like you don't know what it's like if you've been in a van for 6 days and then something goes wrong and everybody's on edge, and then it's like it can very well break up an entire band really quickly if you get a flat tire, or like if you guys, something didn't go right, or like, and like, to be a force of positivity to the people you're working with is a big part of it. And it's like you can't let the little things get to you. And like, I don't know, when like, but music for me is a form of meditation in a way. It's like one of those things where it's like it helps me center myself to become like better, and it's like just combining like the kind of like a Zen focus towards your craft is a big thing for me. It's like I really just appreciate like being in the moment and understanding some things you can't control, and understanding that you're here and you have to do things, and like whatever you do, you will remain until you're not here anymore. But just your journey it can be simpler than you think it is, and like while achieving these goals that are hard, it's like if you just kind of calm your mind and like push forward, it's different, instead of like, oh god, I gotta worry about this bill, I gotta worry about this fucking goddamn song, I gotta spend 3 hours on
I see what you're saying. Like, a lot of people choose actively to not take the path of least resistance, because I feel like there's association with like there has to be like an earned struggle for you to like feel good about like making progress, but it doesn't always have to be that way.
Well, the struggle is real for sure, but what happens is if your mindset isn't right during that struggle, you're gonna panic, you're gonna freak the fuck out and say you can't do it. But if you're like sitting there and you're like, you tell yourself to breathe and be like, whatever happens, I have to play the show. I have to do this hard task or whatever, and then you do it because you love it wholeheartedly, and you're like, you're in it, and you're not complaining. I'll complain, but I'm not saying you like, it's a good exercise not to complain and say negative things towards yourself when you're like going through hard stuff, and it's like, and at the end of it, you get these accomplishments instead of living like and trying to make this end goal. It's just like these little goals that like come up, and like instead of living each day by day, you live in goals, and you're like, oh man, I'm trying to accomplish this, trying to do this, and what's next on the list of things. And it's like, I don't know, it's just trying to be positive. And like, funny story, it's like I through time I've had like anger issues as a musician, as most musicians do. Thank you. And
I can relate.
Yeah, no, you know what I mean? Like you're walking through life chaotically.
I fucking suck.
Yeah,
I'm broke.
Yeah.
My amp broke.
No, well, like I
my guitar fell off my wall. Like I was hanging up my.
Oh my God.
I was hanging up my fucking guitar. Like that shit was so annoying, dude. I was hanging up all my guitars and stuff on the wall the other day, and then that shit just like fell off the fucking.
Yeah, your shit
It's
fell off
garbage.
the wall.
Where I had my shit up for. It was up on the wall. I was like, I think it's good. And then at like 1 a.m., it just crashed down to the. I was
That's
like,
fuck.
I heard that shit, bro. My heart dropped, bro.
It was
Me,
so bad.
me and this fool share a wall, so like it was just like. He's like, God damn it! I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to laugh,
Yeah.
but the shock. It's a shock response.
Well, that's your baby falling off the damn wall. You know what I'm saying?
Luckily, it's okay.
But that's understandable about getting angry. But I would get angry over dumb shit. I would get angry at people who are like have nothing to do with me for no reason. And like, but what happened to me was I ended up breaking my leg at a party.
What the fuck?
And I spent 6 months in a wheelchair playing gigs, and I was like so sad. I was like feeling sad for myself. But then my drugged out homie, thank you, drugged out homie. He gave me this book called 101 Zen Stories. And I really appreciate. And then I had that plus this book called The Book of Five Rings, and it was just like,
yeah, we have that.
Yeah,
up there.
and that's what I saw. I was like, damn. But it's just Asian philosophy. But like the Zen stories are really cool because they can be a page or they can be like 10 pages of just these like stories of like practices of Zen.
Right.
And you kind of get the concept of like just like what it is and like how you can use it. And like I'm not saying I'm like I'm this and that, but I'm just like it's just like a concept. Is like what musicians live for. Our harmonies concept, rhythms concept, what do you call it? Composition is a concept. And it's like, it's one of those things where like concepts are something we draw in and like add to our style of living and love life and like use it as a tool of like an extension of ourselves. And it's like, when I read that, it really helped me out because like, I don't know, it's like no matter if you're a master of something, you still got to keep pushing forward. Like, before you're a Zen master, you tend to the garden, get to the well. After you're a Zen master, you tend to the garden and get to the well.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't think there's like such really a thing as like a magnum opus. Like your greatest work, it's over. It's like there's always a need to distill the abstract back down into something that's concrete for people to, be able to enjoy and understand. So,
dude, well, like that's the thing. You'll try to like put this thing on a pedestal that you think is something to reach towards, and you realize it's like if you just do what you need to do to make yourself better, things around you will get better. And it's like, I'm not saying like we're all perfect. I'm just saying that like we have the ability in ourselves to like affect our surroundings where we can be positive. We can help people who aren't positive become positive. You can make like I was talking to a friend today and he was just like, and I was like, I was just saying things to him. I'm like, trying to cheer him up. But then you see that thing that lights up in their eyes that you connected and you gave them something nice. And it's like, that's what, but the way I've learned that is by talking with people who've done that for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a constant circle of like supporting everybody because shit's hard. Yeah. Shit's stressful. Following something there's no certain path for is crazy. It's honestly insane. It's like, what are you talking about? I gotta go do that. That's what you're gonna do? It's like, yes. But that's what you guys are doing it. You guys are doing something.
I'm trying to.
No, you guys are doing it. This is something, because when people say they're like, I got a podcast, they're like, it's a microphone in a bathroom. You know what I mean?
We're slightly above that at this point.
No, but it's not even just like, because like, I'm not saying I'm like a crazy, like, I don't know. I'm like, where I want to be musician wise. It's just like I'm on the right step, and like I'm saying, you guys are on the right step to getting where you want to get.
I think a quick shout out again to everybody who watches this show. Fucking thank you. Wouldn't
for real.
We wouldn't even be doing this if people didn't fucking watch. So
well,
the best thing y'all can do.
Yeah,
drop a little motherfucking like on the video. Drop a subscribe if you haven't already.
Please
turn on that notification bell. Do all that fun stuff. Leave a
Support
comment.
these fellas, man. They're good people and they do good things, and like they're just trying to make people happy.
We're not trying to harbor the Zudepocalypse. Don't worry about that. There's no mega plan from a planet far away, many light years away. Don't worry about us.
You said there was.
We're just the boys.
You said there was before we started.
What do you mean? Shut the fuck up.
But the whole plane drew.
You're gonna get the Zude Castle drone strike again.
Again. The Zudes got drone strike by Joe Biden, by the way. So I don't know if anybody knows that.
Thanks.
It's canonically factual.
It is canonical.
I think to your point though, that's kind of what makes it important to be a multifaceted person and not just and don't just dunk all of your XP points into music.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, you will hit a wall. I mean, some people can get away with it. Like, you can sort of get away with just shoving yourself in your room, just be like, all right, I'm just going to practice, and just gig, and do all this. But, like, right now, I'm at the point where, 5-6 years ago, I was barely playing any gigs at all.
Yeah.
If I played a gig, it was like a favor for someone or a house party or whatever. Where I didn't make a fucking dime.
Nope.
After gas and
Nothing.
after
You're out
all
like
the
40
gear that you had to
dude.
buy, you're in the
Beers
negative.
you're bringing to the party is stupid.
And that's sort of the point where we're at with the Zudecast right now, where it's like we do it because we love to do it, but it's like we're not making money off this shit at all yet.
Yeah.
But because I already have the experience of doing music and getting to the point where I'm like, damn, a couple months ago I was like, wow, that was like more than half of my income was just from music, and I never thought that was possible. But it's like, oh shit, there it is.
It is.
And it totally can happen with anything else you do. Like, once you accomplish one challenge in one realm of your life, it's a lot easier to rationalize that and see how you can do that with other
I think all of us
trades.
are super multifaceted too, and like multi-talented. We all have our own branches and avenues of shit we're working on, and that's what really, to me, like I always said, I was like, Zudecast is even like, we've kind of put a lot of effort into it because it's kind of taken, I feel like, the most effort to like make it like an actual like impressive thing, but like, we all do other stuff, and I always thought Zudecast is just a good thing to be supplementary to the other shit we all already do, and then that's where it all comes together in like a whirlwind, because again, you got to level up the different stats and angles and shit, and yeah,
man.
I had a question for you, Bryant, too, though, because I feel like a lot of musicians, you either approach it from like either like a kind of really like some emotional, like kind of like a sort of like emotional spiritual side, or like a mathematical side too. That's kind of the two ways I feel like a lot of people approach music. Yeah. And especially you go pretty fucking ham sauce on the bass.
Appreciate
like,
you,
what's
man.
the overlap like on that? Do you like in a mathematical slash?
So it's a combination of both, because like the thing of it is you're just moving air. If you think about it in a certain way, it's in a certain way to manipulate people's emotions. You're like they're with I realize with chords and like sounds, it's like what it is. It's like there's an absolute feeling that comes from it. Yeah. What you call it is up to you, but there is something that happens there. Right. And like you feel it, everybody feels it, and it's with me. It's like at first when I first started playing, I had no lessons. The only experience I had was on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Playing in RVs, playing in sports bars, not making a damn dime, crying in an alleyway. And then like that's where I got like I would say the spiritual side of it, because I just played by feel. I just played by listening and emulating, and like but understanding like how powerful it was, because I see people's faces. I'm like, damn, they're enjoying that. Or they come up to you and like, good job. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. But it's like not in a way where you're expecting like a good job, but like you see that you affected them. Yeah. And it's like with the mathematical side. Also, when I broke my leg, I hit up all my favorite bass players on all social media aspects, and it was just like, do you do lessons? And through that, I've the worst case, they say no, but like all of them said yes. And it was one of those things where I just made my own kung fu schools. I would just go to this guy, go to this master, go to this master, and through that make a culmination of their knowledge and try to like make something that is a formula of like good playing. Something that is expressive, it's powerful, and it reaches people. And it's still something I'm always looking for, Yeah. But like there is a side of having to be mathematical in the spiritualism of it, because you have to be able to calculate and see what effects you have on the people around you. Like when you play these chords together, when you harmonize these things, what is the absolute effect that happens? What is the environment you create? And that environment's real. And it's like not something where it's like, oh, this is some, you're just playing things. It's like, no, you're like, I've seen motherfuckers cry. I played a solo in this nowhere bar in the middle of Grass Valley, and this bitch in American flag t-shirt said, "God bless America," started crying.
That's beautiful.
That's fire, bro.
But it's finding shit like that, and then going to the root of how music was created, and like how the teachers were, your teachers, who were their teachers, and just seeing that background, and then why I have
the grandfathers of your idea. Dude, Dude, there's an interesting video I watched where essentially it's like, take a look at like all the people that you idolize. Now look at the people they idolize and examine the concepts from that time period, and just based on the generational difference, all those ideas are now like coming into full fruition like in the modern age.
Well, and that's our job too, to like continue that cycle. You know what I mean? You take what they got, and like they're gonna become the old dudes, and we're gonna become the people on the scene, and then we're gonna become the old dudes, and then we're gonna have someone to help them out.
That's such a trip.
And like that's what I love, and it's our absolute duty as creators of something positive to like pass it on to the next person who's whoever is willing to learn, and just like wanting to do something that's positive with life and just like push. And but that's the thing, it's like that combination of like spiritualism and like math, like oh my god, what was it called?
Yeah, like you were saying, like a calculated use of an intuitive force, basically.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the emotional like context of what you're doing, like because you've done it so many times and have seen the like results of what happens.
Well, especially if you're filling in for another band too, and it's not your material that you're working on. It's all just like rote memorization, and you're throwing in a bit of your own.
Oh, you
stuff
have to.
You're throwing in your own swag into there, but at the same time, it's a lot of just, it is the more mathematical side.
Yeah, well, that's how I get through, because like if you have a minimal amount of time and you want to be able to speak the language and understand how the language was created, and like and to be able to play these types of things that I've never played before, I have to have all this background of like doing things. And not only that, you're filling in for somebody who's been playing with these people for years.
Yeah.
And it's like to make the band feel comfy, where they're like, okay, I'm glad we hired this guy, is a whole thing. And it's like, when it comes to like, how you want to have a knowledge of the primordial things, you know, but you also want to be free and expressive to your craft, or else you'll get nowhere. You'll be too much into like, I don't know, worrying about things and stuff. So you have like, and that's where the Zen stuff comes in, like the spiritual.
You gotta have the clarity and the dexterity
to
film it, bro. I
have to just praying.
Yeah, bro. Well, that reminds me of that shit though, for real, where it's like there's like the samurai fool who like sought enlightenment through he was like a Buddhist Japanese samurai fool, and he sought enlightenment through like the way of like learning how to be a dope swordsman and shit, bro. And it's all like, like any way you could learn to like manipulate like the world around you and your internal mind.
That's
like
the Musashi or whatever. That's the Book of Five Rings. That's the Book of Five Rings.
Yeah. That's
Musashi Miyamoto. Great fucking. It's so cool. It's just a cool legend. See, like us nerds, we're really into like this mythical shit because it feels like you can become something bigger than life, and like what the results are is like their message rings through time.
Yeah,
like that's what happens, and like we're learning something from like a fucking samurai in the 1600s. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, I know
that's pretty badass.
I was gonna say, I think it's so important to capture a lot of artists and musicians as they're on the come up, because we're all at the point where it's like, okay, we're basically middle class, pay the bills type of like artists right now, but there's not a lot of that. You usually see either people that are like complete like failures or like
success stories,
the biggest success story of all time, but you don't there's no documentation of like how they really got there.
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
I think now more than ever too, like there's like a growing middle section of what you just described there, where it's like us, people who are just middle class, but they like make a good chunk of their living off of music or something. And I think that's just because of Instagram, like in large part, to be honest. Like
exactly.
Advertise for like lessons or courses, all that other shit.
Definitely. There's so many more avenues of making bread doing music now than there ever were before.
It's cool just because like as a musician, like it's catching on. There's still not like a ton of competition in that space, but like professional like content creator musicians are definitely becoming like a more mainstream thing, which I love to see. Just makes me happy, man.
That's what I said, bro. We got to implement the music into the show more, bro. We got to get a jam session going later, maybe, bro. You got your guitar.
Once we get this, interface all.
We did. We just ordered an interface, so get some shit tracked in.
We've been swapping around like another one that Chris's interface basically.
I know,
we've been swapping back and forth, and it just fucks with their setup every time we have to switch it, which is every week. So.
Hey, let's just do roundabout real quick, bro. Talk about your musical history though, too. I feel like that's something we don't really talk about. We're real wumbo, we keep it wumbo. We don't like to brag about our achievements or whatever. But what instruments do you play, Bobby? Tell us about your musical upbringings, bro.
My musical upbringing, when I was 6, I was forced to learn piano, and then around 13 or 14, I kind of like gave that up for a couple years, and then about 16, I got into production. But over the years, I've played 6 different instruments. Never really like that great at any of them. Mostly like guitar and piano. And then as I got into production, got into mixing, mastering, audio engineering. So I've been doing that for about 12, almost 13 years now. And that's pretty much my history. I'm a dance music producer, and I work on other genres just as like a hobby, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick, man. You're gonna Christian, why don't you give us a little the too long didn't read version, bro? Well, we've been playing music together for a minute, actually.
Yeah, no, we've been, just throughout middle school and high school and stuff, we would jam all the time. But yeah, I just grew up playing guitar, and I kind of like bounced around. Luckily, I have, my dad is really into music and playing instruments too, so that was like such a fucking that was definitely a real blessing to have that from the get-go, to be able to, like, he had a drum set, and we had like a ratty old piano that we used, and a little it was a raggedy ass piano. We had a raggedy ass Gibson SG, which it was sick because it was an SG, but it's pretty.
I think I remember that shit.
I need to go get that thing serviced.
Isn't that still hanging up in your old room?
It's in my old. It's on my old room. Yeah.
Damn.
I want to get it set up to play slide.
Yeah.
Just like, who cares if the bridge is all, or if the frets are all fucked up and the neck is all fucked up.
Adds to the character.
Yeah.
What's up? Oh, you need a bottle opener.
Oh yeah,
we're good.
But yeah, did you take did you take formal lessons at first, or would you just learn like guitar tabs and stuff?
I took piano lessons for a bit, for like a couple years.
Chris
did a
is
couple
from the streets.
From the streets, from the hard
mean
streets.
El Greasy,
bro, the Greasy Grove.
Yeah, no, I took lessons for a while, but then I didn't like get super serious about it. I did band in middle school. I played alto sax for a little bit.
We were in band in middle school.
Yeah, that was fun. And then I wanted to play snare, or wanted to play kit, but there was already like too many people doing that. They're like, we'll take 9 saxophones, but we can't have 9 drummers.
No.
I was like, all right.
I get it.
And then I just got more into guitar, and I got more into production and stuff in like 9th, 10th grade with Bobby, and we were making hella beats and doing all that kind of stuff back then. I was just
both
looking
like
at
Dead Mouse is sick, bro.
Yeah, I was looking at my old SoundCloud that has shit from like 10. The oldest track on there is 11 years ago.
Some of that shit still holds
remember
up really
you
well,
did
man.
Some of it.
Remember you did the music for the school news segment?
Yeah.
No, bro, the
fun.
fucking school anchor,
That's
and this
funny.
fool would have like fucking deep house beats over the fucking over the fucking news, the school news.
Just to clarify, that's a weird thing about our high school, is that we didn't have a school newspaper. We had like a school broadcast. Like, we had a whole
That shit was lit,
broadcast.
dude.
Fucking, like,
we had a school
program.
MK Ultra, bro.
I honestly-
Brainwash.
I honestly give that some credit to why I'm doing this today.
that was my
honestly.
first experience in video production,
Yeah.
which now I do as my like main professional gig, is just video editing.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to
Yeah.
Tim Youngs, bro.
Shout out to Mr. Youngs, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not fucking get too specific.
Hey,
You have to censor it out, so you're
It's a
just like
common
shout.
name.
You're just like shout out to beep beep.
There you go. Yeah, man, that was definitely one of the things that got started, like learning how to use Premiere Pro and Photoshop and all that kind of stuff, and doing I would make like video game reviews, and like a couple of those aired on the Wolfpack TV. Oh shit, I was too specific.
You're doxing
Shut up,
yourself.
bro. Come on, it's
Whatever,
over. It's
fucking
too
high
late.
school. I know.
Anybody
10
with half a brain can figure out what.
roll up to the 10-year.
Dude, we're gonna do a live Zudecast at our 10-year reunion,
Oh my
bro.
god. Dude.
Oh yeah, when is that supposed to go down?
Next year.
Next year, right?
Next year.
Right.
Fuck, I'm old.
We have to ruin it like that fucking like that Danny Mullen video where he goes to his high school
in
reunion.
Sacramento.
That shit was
He
crazy.
was in Harlow's and shit. I was fucking dying.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
No,
Yeah, we should definitely crash that.
dude, Danny Mullen, he's like a YouTuber, and he does like crazy prank videos, but he's from Sac.
That fool was a monster.
And he was on the podcast recently talking about how he was like talking about shit in like Rancho Cordova and stuff. I was like, that's so specific. I was like, let's go.
Repping it.
Yeah.
Trash.
Oh my gosh.
But he just went and like trolled the shit out of his high school reunion. I want to do that so bad. He like wrote a speech.
I had
he like gave a speech and just like destroyed everyone in the speech, and everybody just got so fucking pat.
I got a good memory, bro. I can.
Oh, dude,
bro,
I blocked that shit out.
I had to fight the urge to cyberbully the page they made for the fucking reunion so bad, bro.
Oh, do you remember the anti-cyberbullying pages that were made in response directly to the like roast pages that were made on Facebook back in the day?
Bro. That's crazy. So classic, bro. We went to like a suburban white people high school, so yeah, it was all that kind of shit, bro. It was all like cyberbullying and mean texting and don't be sexting and don't finger each other in class, like
try not to finger each other in class.
Yeah,
I'm sure it happened at some point or another.
Cute MGMT, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even do it. My voice is too fucked.
I was listening to MGMT. I have my old iPod, man.
That shit's so funny.
Yeah. And I have the old bops, dude. I have 15,000 songs on there.
Yeah, fuck off, dude.
I have all but completely legally. You know, I definitely spent $15,000 on music before I was, before I ever had a job. All totally legal. No, like that was just all of the. Like from 2010 to like I think I still was adding music onto it up until like 2017, 18. I was rocking the fucking.
That was a weird year.
Right?
Yeah.
The music taste too. Like back, you hear what you used to listen to. You're like, damn, I was really getting down to this, huh? Okay.
I had some fire on there.
I feel it. I had a combination.
Go ahead.
I was saying I have a combination of fire and just sad boy shit, and then just like weeaboo shit.
What you got? What were you rocking? What were you rocking?
I know. Let's hear your 9th grade playlist.
My
bro.
9th grade.
Let's go 11th grade just so you can get the whole picture.
Okay.
11th, 12th,
or whatever year you have the clearest memory of.
Well, that's the thing. It's like back in the day, it's like the things I would listen to would be with people who I was starting to hang out with. So some of it was like Coheed and Cambria. I know you like that shit, Bobby. You know what I mean? And then
That's
some of it,
one for me, boy.
And then some of it would be like fucking. Oh man, I don't even know. Victor Wooten for sure, but that's the good shit.
Wooten's fire.
And then I'd be. Maybe Primus. It wouldn't be anything that crazy. Back fucking Blink 182. That shit was funny. Fucking. And there's certain bops too you just listen to like everybody's got that one hit wonder fucking ass tune where you're like, yeah, I want that shit.
Right.
Fuck yeah, bro. Fucking hit, there's like old school R&B shit too. My mom would play on the radio. That's where I get most of my not most of it, like some of my vocabulary while playing is the shit I was listening to when I was in like elementary school in the car. You know what I mean? It's like my mom's just playing all these old head tunes, and I'm like, and
the grown folks music.
The grown folks music mixed with the '90s bops, the '90s early 2000s bops. Yeah. Like she'd play like Parliament, then play some like Neo.
Oh my gosh, dude! Hey, bro, I don't know if I just real fucking inner fucking splice this story right here. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this. I'm sure I have. But the first time I ever got high in my whole life, bro, my parents took us to go see Parliament, bro.
Oh, I've definitely heard this one.
And fucking like my parents, they were like, oh hey, like yeah, it should be fine. It's at like a hotel. It's at like the Regency or whatever, bro. And they were fucking blazing that shit up in there, bro. And I was like, got right up front and shit, cause I was all stoked to see Parliament. I was like in 4th grade, bro. I was like, let's fucking go, bro. Let's get funkadelic in this bitch, bro. And then like I was like, yeah, I was vibing for like the first like 3-4 songs, and I was just like, why does it smell bad in here? I was like, it smells like fucking shit in here, bro. What the fuck? And then fucking,
it's just sweaty people.
Yeah, and then I'm all like vibing out. I'm like, whatever, fine, it stinks, but I'm not gonna have a bad time. And then I was just like, I need to sit down. And
dude,
smells kind of good.
Parliament concerts are like the Smash Brothers tournaments. It's that same thing, and then like it's like you're gonna get all the old motherfuckers who used to smoke crack back in the day, and they're just old now, and they're just like, I'm overweight and gotta listen to the funk, and like they just got done telling their kids they can't come hang out with them, and like, you gotta stay home. I gotta go hang out with the grown folks, listen to funk, and it's a bunch of that, and that's when George Clinton was still smoking crack. That fool stopped smoking crack at like 2 years ago.
At a ripe old age, yeah.
He fucking retired. He's like, I stopped touring and I stopped smoking crack. My brother went to his farewell tour, and apparently all he did was just like DJ and shit, and like it was like a hot mess.
How long ago was that?
I was like 2 years ago, I want to say.
That's the thing. There's never gonna be a farewell. That motherfucker's like, I'm broke. I need to buy my Jimmy Jones. You know, like, this motherfucker's like fucking throwing down. And he just needs more money, so he's never gonna be done. He's never gonna be done. I say that because I knew this cat who plays guitar, and he was a Jimmy John's delivery man, and he's
sandwich place.
Yeah, and he delivered a sandwich to George Clinton.
Oh my
And this
God.
motherfucker was smoking. Yes, he was smoking crack. And it was. I forget how long ago he said it was. But I'm like, reliable source, honestly. That's some dumb shit to make up.
All right, if
I've got crackheads on my notebook here. It's on there. This crackheads is the first one.
Just real quick though, if anybody's allowed to smoke crack, it's George Clinton.
Oh,
For
yeah.
fucking sure,
He's
bro.
got a right, bro.
He's like a wholesome Rick James.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about wholesome, but
He's not. But I mean, Rick James is allowed.
But like
He
the
just
fact,
survived.
Well, the fact that he's smoking crack and didn't have the money for real coke is telling. Is very dude, you need to get your bread right.
I feel like
first,
he
homie.
just had the money for whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
He just wanted to smoke crack. Because
Look,
he's
buddy,
from the
that's
gutter.
the thing.
Why would you
He's
choose crack?
Because he's from the gutter.
Man.
He knows his roots. And look, let me tell you, bro.
I wrote a whole
Crack-
song about this, by the way.
Crack is more efficient.
It is. Just take a little puff.
Go
puff,
on.
puff, 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 puff.
I'm joking.
Dude, I see some fucking crackheads door dashing around Sacramento. If y'all know, Florin Road, anywhere between Florin and Mac Road,
Rapping.
that's where it's at. I saw a fella.
Yo, don't go throwing
Wait,
up
you
them
said you-
street names. We finna get fucking caught up by motherfuckers that like certain street
Every
names. more than
person
others.
who
They
is
know.
from Sacramento
They know.
knows.
They know.
That's
They
where
don't
it
have
is.
cars.
Wait, you said he was on Florin
Right.
Perkins?
Yeah.
Nah, I said I was on Florin Perkins.
That's a classic.
Gotta love it.
But dude,
What?
I saw
What
a guy.
crackhead?
I saw a guy yesterday that was just in the middle of the day. This was noon, and it was still wet outside. It had been raining, but there was just one of those weird open fields in between all of the dilapidated
Yeah.
houses, and there was just a sofa sitting out that looked like it had been soaked through from the rain. A sofa that was just sitting out there.
Yeah.
And it was there was this chubby, probably Filipino guy just chilling on this fucking couch, smoking crack
Oh, yeah.
in broad daylight.
Fuck
and I was
yeah.
like, he doesn't I only mention his physical attributes because usually a crackhead, they're very gaunt. Yeah, so
No,
I'm
no, I feel
he's
you.
just maybe getting started. Maybe, I almost felt like if I pulled over, I could be like, brother, you gotta change your
man.
ways.
This ain't the way.
This ain't the way. And he's like, oh, this is DMT actually. And I'm like, all right,
There
you're
you go.
cool. Oh, you listen to
never
Rogan
know.
too, bro?
You wanna know what's funny?
But people don't. You don't smoke DMT on a fucking couch in the middle of a field on Florin Perkins,
Bro.
Not on Florin Perkins, but I've done that.
Bro,
You-
fucking Florence,
Man.
look, bro. The irony too, bro, is one time the same exact place, bro. Florence out there, fucking that side of town, bro. I seen one time when I worked as damage mitigation, so we go all around town fixing all kinds of crazy shit, doing odd jobs. But I seen one time this person getting pulled over because they did a California roll on the corner, and then literally on this side of the street where I was, so over here they're getting fucking ticketed, and over here there's 3 fools just free basing out the crack pipes, bro, just just having chopping it up, having a good old time, kicking it straight, posted. While someone's getting a ticket across the street, and I was like, ain't that America, land of the free?
Have you guys ever been
back.
to the Tenderloin in San Francisco?
Oh, yes.
not on purpose,
Bro, I
man.
fucking volunteered at a soup kitchen in the Tenderloin with my
That's
ex-girlfriend.
good.
Yeah,
That's good. That's
it was
Was that her
great.
idea?
It was her idea.
I imagine you're
Yeah.
trying to go down and they
Yeah.
get stabbed for some soup.
I got stranded in a dude where's my car type of situation in San Francisco.
You told me that
I remember
last-
overnight. That was wild. That was just all the way that was all up and down Mission Street and
Bro.
various surrounding areas.
Frisco's fucked.
It was wild.
Dude,
That just sounds like the worst night possible.
It was
honestly.
crazy. It was crazy. It was me and 2 homies that I wasn't super close with, and we went to some rave out in SF, and we were like, oh, let's park a little bit farther away so that we don't have to pay the $25 parking or whatever.
But it's fuck that.
Right, and it's
That's
and
for
I just
burgers.
totally trusted that he knew where he was parking. He's like, oh yeah, I go here all the time or whatever. And then we go back after the show. We weren't even faded or anything. I took a fucking Adderall. So I was
If anything, you're not faded. You're
ready.
you're super sober.
Can I interject for 1 second just to prove a point?
Yeah.
Yes.
I glanced at how long we've been recording the stream for. It's an hour and 18 minutes.
Yo.
118?
118 again.
Bro!
Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
Numerology.
It's fucking
Dude, literally, I've been on such a streak for like the past 2 weeks. Every time I look at the fucking clock, it's 555, 444, 333, 666, not 666. Cap. No, 111, 1111. Yeah.
I don't believe in clocks. All my clocks in my house are at different times because I'm too lazy to reset
I
them.
never listened to Clocks by Coldplay.
Shut up.
other
Crackheads.
reasons.
Well,
Crackheads.
Crackheads.
Hear me out.
Oh,
I'm gonna
dude,
draw
yeah.
Bryant as Dr. Manhattan next.
Oh,
Yo, bro.
please.
So he's like, I don't believe in clocks. He's like, clocks are nothing to me.
Give me a big ass dick on there, please. Thank you.
Salvador
Blue
Dali's
dick.
about to fucking haunt you from beyond the grave.
he
He's
already
like,
does.
Oh, you don't
That-
believe in clocks, huh?
that
Have a melted
creepy
clock.
ass.
Have a melted clock to the face.
Dude, that
How about a melted clock on your cock?
Okay.
no,
It's like
thank
folded
you.
in half like a pizza.
Hey, bro, imagine getting
Dr.
skin
Seuss
grafts
type
on your
shit.
dick. That's the worst. Why? Man, everybody stopped talking the moment I said that.
I love this episode because it's the mixture of the most wholesome advice and stuff.
I know.
And then the most absolute savage.
Garbage.
You guys don't even want to hear what the fuck we were talking
Yeah.
about before the show.
Well,
The
that's the thing.
off-stream is not okay.
That's our lives, man.
The get
We'll
it.
save
the
that
get,
for the Patreon.
The Get It Out segment will not be aired. It will not be on Patreon. The Get It Out segment.
Fucking.
Nah, you're right.
What the hell were we just talking about? Crackheads.
San Francisco.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
San Francisco.
When I was getting stranded. Yeah.
Bro, Tales of San
But I was
Francisco.
stuck out there. Like, we just couldn't find the car, and we are like, damn, where's the fucking car? And
Yeah.
we just kept going by spots that had empty parking spots, but that had broken glass on them.
Oh,
and I was
of course.
like, was it this one? Did our shit get jacked? And they were like,
You
I
just
don't know.
don't know.
And then after a certain point, you're like, all of our phones just started dying one by one. Like, we tried calling an Uber to, like, help us, like, just circle around and try and find it. And then we're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is where it was supposed to be. And we just never found it. And apparently it was just sitting somewhere on Mission
Oh my
Street
God,
the whole time. And we just
idiots.
never found it. But we were walking around
Fucking
because
dumbasses.
after 6 a.m., we're like, okay, the car's probably been towed. So
I feel
we
it.
called all the impound lots while the phones were still active. And then the phones like all started dying, but there was nowhere to go to plug one in.
Dude.
Like there was no Starbucks or
feel it.
anything around. And
Yeah,
so we had to
you're
wait
fucked.
until like noon.
You're a
So
pioneer
we went
at
to
that
a
point.
pizza place and
Yeah.
we're like, we didn't even have any chargers on us. We had to ask the employees at the pizza place, be like, do you have a phone charger we could borrow for a little
We're
bit?
stranded.
We're stranded.
Motherfucker, yeah.
And I was just like, still coming down off of Adderall at like 6 a.m. I was
Dude.
like, but we just walked fucking probably 10 miles. Because we
Dude.
just never stopped. We're like, we're going to find this car any minute now. And it just kept going all morning. And we just never found it. And we had to have someone come pick us up.
Of course.
and
You
take us
fucking
home.
stuck ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
I love it.
Where it was just like this guy's like, oh, yeah, I can come pick you guys up after I'm off work at like 6 p.m. or something. So we were just walking around. We're like, damn. I mean, we were like kicking it after a point. I think I still had like my wallet and stuff on me. So it
Thank
wasn't.
God.
It's not like I had any money
Yeah,
really,
shove that in your
but.
butt before someone steal it.
Yeah, no, but dude, dude,
yeah.
the Walking Dead creatures that come
dude,
out at night.
I was gonna say one time,
crazy.
bro. I was gonna say one time too. I went to San Francisco with Linguini with Darren. Darren and we went out to.
man.
Get, was that?
Nothing.
Linguini. Oh my god, my buddy was. My buddy, I showed the ZUDECAST. He was so shocked because I was like, "Hey, you know what? Fuck the Italians."
Gotta say it.
He was like,
We
still
don't
allowed.
mean it.
he was like, "I can't believe you said that, bro." And I was all like,
Shut up.
"You think
About that, if you're coming after us for talking shit about the Italians, it's like you've watched approximately 5 seconds of the show. You don't know.
Isn't there like that fucking Tom Segura bit where he's like, you could call up your Italian friend right now and be like, "What's up, you fucking giddy?" And you just be like, "I don't fucking care."
Right.
no?" But so I was, no. Anyways, so we went out to see our.
I just know some Italian motherfucker that's literally just yes. Dude, we'll
Dude,
talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
But so we went right, and so we went down to the wharf, like down to like all the whole area, all the touristy section and shit. Because there's like a spot by the water where I love to go smoke and stuff.
Yeah.
And so we went, and it was me and Darren, and then our homegirl Gabby. And then we're all walking around and stuff, but it's like in the middle of the week, because it's just a random day we went out there, and it's dead as fuck. And basically, too, we're like walking around, right? And this dude's like following us, just be like, just kind of creeping along. He wasn't like that harmless, but he was definitely like tweaking or whatever, just being a hot mess. And fucking, he's all like, "You want to see my cigarette from hell, and he fucking pulls out a crack pipe and starts ripping that shit right in front of us. And my poor homegirl's all like, "Oh my god!" And me and my friend Darren, he's all like, "All right, let's go in here now. You know, like let's go here." And I'm just like, like, I'm just laughing at the whole situation, and it was just so fucking the way he he whipped that shit out. He's like, "You want to see my cigarette from?" And he just like fucking, and he started evil laughing. He was like,
Crackheads are way too damn dramatic. They need to calm the fuck down.
You ran into that crackhead.
Oh my god,
on tour.
No. I'm sorry. One more time. Do you remember when we were by Tank House too, and I was doing my fake evil laugh? I was like, and then someone's like, "Who the fuck's laughing out there like that?" And we were like, "Oh shit!" And we like went in the car hella fast.
No, because like we were out on the side, you know, and there's fucking tents everywhere, every other fucking street corner, and yeah, we were just out at the side of the parking lot, like just smoking a pipe or whatever, and you know, a weed pipe, not a crack pipe, a tobacco pipe only.
Y'all ever buy crack pipes?
Yeah, no, like there was a guy, like I'm pretty sure it was the guy that was in a tent.
Yeah, he was in
like,
the tent.
It was just like, he's like, "Well, you guys shut the fuck up!" Like, just and it's like, what? It's
That's
like
real Trailer Park Boys
I mean,
energy.
it's like this is your house, but like,
It's not. It's not. It's not. It's simply not.
It really was Trailer Park Boys energy, where he's like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Holy shit.
I know, but just the idea where it's like we're just like hanging out, enjoying ourselves, and it's like I can't. This guy in a tent's just like, I can't believe the nerve of y'all. I mean, the gall to talk and hang out outside
on the street
in
in
my
public.
house. Yeah, it's like,
Dude,
bro,
crack
wait,
pipes
this is
are
my
cheap.
backyard.
I'm not saying I smoke crack, but there's this one time we sent my brother to go get crack pipes out of a smoke shop to smoke DMT out of.
Bobby's got the 1,000-yard
Listen,
stare right now.
for DMT, not crack. And we sent him in there, and this motherfucker walks out with 2 crack pipes. And I'm like, "Why did you buy 2?" He's like,
Jesse.
"It was on sale." I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" Yeah, like, when are we gonna ever need 2 crack pipes?
Wait, are you talking about Jesse?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
We drew
Shout out to Jesse.
We drew straws like fucking finding Mount Olympus rulers, and we're just like, fucking whoever draws the shortest one gets to go into the fucking smoke shop and buy crack pipes because we're deviants. And he comes out with 2. I'm like, why did you spend my money on 2 crack pipes?
I feel like I know exactly which smoke shop that was too.
Maybe. Fucking, I met a few crackheads. Also, I had a fucking story with fucking...
When we were on tour?
Well, we're on tour, but also for your
another
car
one.
story, I used to hang out with this couple. They're old folks. One is like a weed wizard, right? And his wife is crazy. And she would just smoke more weed than anybody. I ate one of her edibles. I couldn't walk. I was a cripple. And fucking... She lost her car in a Target parking lot.
Oh
That's not what I expected to hear.
No, she literally got so fucked up. She was circling the Target parking lot for 3 hours. And the reason I know she was because she was my ride from work. And I was like, why am I still here? And she's like, I can't find my car, man. And I'm like, huh.
Yikes.
But I just want to say, she beat you on the fucking
That's
dumbass
crazy,
car award.
bro.
Yeah.
Because we were searching within a few
No,
mile
this
radius.
bitch was searching and like, she just didn't know where she parked.
One
To
Target
be fair,
parking lot.
Target parking lots have an illusionary effect. It's like looking at
That's
a mirage
true.
on this, in
That's
the fucking, in the Sahara. You're just like, what the fuck,
See cameras and
like,
shit. I
yeah,
got
you
you.
get mirages, bro.
But the crackhead on tour Chris was talking about, we were done playing his set, and this guy rolls up on a bike quicker than anybody, and he stops. He's like, "Hey man, you guys are the musicians?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm just trying to not talk to anybody, and this is me, the keyboard player. And he's like, "I'm a bad person." I'm like, "Cool." And he's like, "I'm schizophrenic. Oh man, I fucking hate people. I'm racist. I don't like." I'm like, "Why are you talking to me then? Get out of here." I hate my life. I'm gonna go to hell. You're going to hell. You're going. I'm like, sure. And then he fucking throws his jar of weed on the ground dramatically, and there's just weed everywhere. And he's just throwing his bike. He's like, "This Chinese piece of shit!" And he's like punching into the ground with the force of Zeus. And then fucking literally losing his shit, and then almost starts crying. But then kind of figures out that he's a person again. He like loses track of everything immediately.
Well, because wasn't he like, I'm a Nazi? No, I'm not.
Yeah, no. He was trying to be nice, but then he was also trying to be like, no, why am I being nice? We're all going to hell.
That sounds like some of the customers we used to get back in the store.
Oh, bro, you guys missed the one recently. Not recently, but like fucking this guy came in trying to sell a wireless mic, and he was just talking shit to our boss, our former boss, and he was like, "I'm gonna shove this microphone up your ass." Because some of our customers went in the bathroom.
Did he start slamming it?
Dude, he started punching shit, and then like one of our customers got scared and ran to the bathroom, called the police, and he was calling like. He's like, I'm gonna give it to him. He was just like, we didn't want to buy it because it was broken. Yeah. He's like, I just got off from LA. I'm homeless. I need this money so my cousin can pick me up. I'm like, well, we need an ID to do this. And he's like, So we went in front of a fucking Burlington coat factory and found the first poor motherfucker that would actually say yes to letting him use their ID. And like made him sit there for like a couple hours while we tried to figure this out. We unplugged his shit. I've never seen a man get so mad. And it was like he's like I took his fried chicken. This motherfucker was so angry. Oh my God. It was so bad. And he was just talking shit. He was about to fight us. I was about to pick up a chair and smack him with it. Oh my God. But yeah, crackheads are like individuals of like.
It's a special breed.
They have extreme natures, and sometimes it can be violence, and sometimes it can be kookiness.
Yeah.
And I met one that thought you should live in trees. Actually,
that's not a bad idea.
No, listen,
that's not the horrible idea.
So, like, that's not the worst crackhead idea.
She says we should live in trees because there's a war going on between the government and the trees.
So like it's the happening.
Yeah. So like, bro, she literally was like, they're putting microchips in you through the fourth dimension, and the trees.
No, she's based.
No, I worked at a Jack. Listen, I worked in a Jack in the Box in Placerville. I was the manager. I took my fucking 30-minute break so I can go fucking smoke weed and drink a tall can.
You know, I swear to fucking God, I feel like I went there as a customer and saw you, bro.
Because we used to work.
When did you work there? What time period?
I don't even know what year it is anymore, homie. I think like, fuck, how old am I? It was some years ago, man. It was at least 5 years ago now.
Because I was like, when I first got out of high school and shit, and I was working like maybe the first year or whatever after high school, we were in Placerville a bunch, and we would go to the McDonald's in Placerville a bunch, and I swear to fucking God, I feel like I
Jack in the Box.
Whichever one, bro. Yeah, we used to get a bunch of fast food from that area, you know?
Yeah,
so like,
you probably did see
I
my
swear
ass.
to fucking God, I felt like I saw you back then, bro.
But this lady, anyways. I literally put a chair out front. I'm like, I'm just going to chill. And then she came up to me. She had a Davy Crockett coon hat on. And this bitch literally was start talking to me. She's like, hi, you know about the trees? I'm like, fuck. She said you have to pick a tree to live in, but the tree has to pick you. And if that tree doesn't pick you,
that's some Harry Potter shit if I ever heard it, bro.
The tree's gonna catch on fire if you live in the tree and it doesn't want you to live in the tree. And the whole time I was thinking, this bitch has been in our lobby in the Jack in the Box for like 4 hours. And I'm like, you're crazy, but you're not crazy enough to use our air conditioning. So I'm fucking this bitch literally was just spewing out all this stuff. I'm like, then that was my 30-minute break. I was so angry. I was so pissed. Didn't get to smoke nothing. She was just, I don't get why she was trying to recruit me. Do you see me? I'm not climbing in a tree. I'm not staying up there. Them branches can't support me.
The mighty oak, it calls to me. The sequoia.
Crackheads, dude. I stopped a crackhead from doing a ritual in the bathroom.
Jason, what's your favorite crackhead story?
Yeah,
by the way,
let's
hear Jason speak. Let's hear that beautiful voice here. Put it to full screen so you can see you on the camera, and let's hear you tell us a crackhead story.
Tell me, Jason.
Gosh, what's that lady's name? She always comes into the store.
Don't say no names now. Give her a name.
Don't say what store.
Don't get
either.
too specific, but you can say a first name.
This was funny though.
This is I think I know.
Yeah, she's funny. I'd never want to take her anymore. She's just a fun time sometimes. So she came in one day and she was talking about how Kim Jong-un was gonna bomb us, and that we're all gonna die at 12 o'clock, and the world was gonna end and everything. I was like, oh really? And she was serious. She's like, yeah, serious. I'm like, okay. I'm like, but in my head, I'm like, what? Like, time time area, because 12 o'clock here is a different time.
What's the time zone? Yeah, what time zone is this going down in?
So I'm like,
I gotta do the math.
Was she at the dispensary?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, why was she at the dispensary if she thought the world was gonna end?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Get blitz, get blitz for the nuke, baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
But then at the same time, like, next time I saw her and I helped her, she told me something that I didn't even know that was true. Like, she said, "Oh, one of the Migos died." Like,
Now she's worried about takeoff.
and in my head, I'm like,
She's like,
no
the
way.
Koreans didn't do the takeoff. Now takeoff is gone.
Right. Well, once you cry wolf too many times, you're like, yeah, Kim Jong-un. And then it's like, oh, God, Takeoff really did die.
Yeah,
Fuck.
exactly. I'm like,
Dude,
oh, fuck.
I was just as shocked as the rest of the world. Man.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, she was a ball of fun.
Gotta love it.
Crackhead.
Thanks,
I
man.
love it.
Appreciate the contribution, Phoenix. You got a good radio voice, bro. Feel free to say what's up.
No,
on
someone
that.
said that before at work.
You got it.
So you gotta try.
microphones now.
Oh,
You get the
man.
fucking...
Look at Bryant. Show Bryant giving it the double gobble there. Hold on, give him his own cam real quick. Let's share. Go back to that double gobble there.
Reminds me of one of my aunts, you know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving ain't right at my house.
If I knew it was going to be this
Gobble,
kind
gobble.
of party, I'll stick my dick in the mashed potato.
I've been to a mashed potato orgy. You been
Oh,
to one?
yeah. Oh, that's true. We did go to a
Yeah.
mashed potato orgy
That's
together.
cool.
What does that mean?
It's tight.
There's mashed potatoes at an orgy.
You gotta. It's carbohydrates, bro. That's
Yes,
the
it's strong.
It's the
True.
fastest form of energy, bro. Your body metabolizes it the fastest, bro. Just fucking mashed
Yeah.
potatoes and fucking, bro.
You got a carb load before the orgy. It's like Michael Scott eating the fettuccine Alfredo
Yeah,
right before doing a
dude.
marathon.
No, these motherfuckers hooked up. It's like you saw that It's Always Sunny episode where they're like they go to an orgy, but it's for the buffet. That's true. So like these motherfuckers are fucking in the back, but I'm sitting there eating out their popcorn machine and pulled pork while other fuckers are getting pulled pork in this corner. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's true. You go there. You go there for the spread.
There's a
Spread eagle.
There's a meme like that where it's all like me at the orgy or grubbing at the buffet while everybody's getting bodied, and it's just like a
Yeah.
chick like this with plates of food.
Dude, like these are old people. This was an old people orgy. Don't
Welcome to Back Shots and Barbecue.
They know how to cook. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck.
All they do is fucking cook and make money. And
That's all you can do
That
at that
sounds
point
fucking
in
lit.
life, bro.
I met this old lady. She had a black caretaker. I don't know what to call him, but she's like, "This is my friend Jumanji. He's from Africa," and he was speaking with the African accent, and she jumps naked into the pool, right? And as soon as she leaves a little bit away, he's like, "What's up, y'all?" And like, she started using a normal voice. I'm like, this motherfucker's scamming this old white lady, saying he's from Africa so he can live lavishly in some big ass house. I'm like, your name is not Jumanji.
That's like some Kaiser Sose shit. Like, it's like, so what's your name? He's like, he sees like a VHS of Jumanji.
Yeah.
Jumanji.
Exactly.
That's wild.
Oh man,
Fuck, dude.
And she bought it.
she bought it.
She's like never seen the Robin Williams movie. He's Jumanji.
Dude,
It's
old
like-
people love to do crazy shit. They love to fuck. They love to eat. They like I said, they love to make money. And it's like one of those things where they're like, they were showing us their lube collection at one point.
Oh my god.
It was gross. This is the best lube on the market. You fucking put it on your dick, you blow on it, heats up. You know?
What brand was it?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Bobby's face as he comes in, right? He's like, yeah. Hey, just real quick question though.
What?
If I send you money, can we Uber more beer?
I mean, probably after the cast at this point.
The night is still young.
The night's young after the cast. This is
Yeah.
an early cast, bro. I'm
Yeah,
with
man.
it, bro.
I'm done to still chill with y'all.
Let me check my bank
for a
account
little bit.
real quick.
I'll send you money right now.
Hold on. Don't do that.
Okay. Oh, that's
That's
right.
a bad
that's
idea.
Right, that's right. Anyways, what's up, guys?
Hi.
It's ZUDECAST.
What's up, bitches?
Number 62, man.
Sorry.
Keep it going.
Nice.
That's how it's done right there, motherfuckers.
Yeah, we
Yo,
came-
if
we
you
came
fuck
in-
with, hey, what's it gonna sound like, Brian? If you fuck with the Zudes?
Y'all, I'm gonna wash this microphone after I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do everything but stick in my ass.
Yeah, we're gonna replace the windscreen.
Alright.
We replaced the windscreen after.
That's what happens though. You don't fuck with the Zudes, bro.
Yeah.
I went through all the trouble of de-essing the fucking microphones, and then we have all this.
Yo, hey,
I know.
Killing it.
Yeah.
wow, man.
Yeah. If you love
seashells by the seashore.
Yeah.
and La Noche.
Yeah. If
Y'all
you
like-
love the ZUDECAST, you can help us buy a new compressor limiter for our microphones to prevent the chaos.
Yeah, to limit the amount of R word that you're gonna.
Ooh, R word.
Ear grapes.
Did you see that thing where like they're making R word plates for drivers in like a different country? So like there's the R plates. It's like for people who can't drive, and it doesn't stand for retard. It stands for return driver. And like they're giving the dumbasses the R plates if they haven't driven for a while.
Like I give you different license
Yeah.
plate?
So they have a license
That's
plate. Like
awesome.
they have a letter on the license plate, so they know if they're like, you know, if you're around them, maybe they suck at driving. They can't. They put the R on the bad driver ones.
That's great.
So he can get the R word plate.
Fire.
I'm about to go to Church's Chicken and get the R word plate.
Dude, don't even talk about churches. Oh man, I've seen
go right
fucking.
now, dude.
I'm down.
Get some kikis.
Churches have like a weird thing for me. I had some bad moments in churches. You know what I'm saying? Not churches.
In all senses of the
not
word.
the pews and the shit. I'm talking about chicken.
The pews and the steeple.
I lived on Mac Road and like, my mom would have these crazy ass boyfriends, and they'd be just crazy motherfuckers, and they just be talking shit in the goddamn church's chicken line to other motherfuckers outside the window, and I'm like, you are losing your fucking mind, but they all want that chicken. So I'm like, me as a young kid, I was like, this chicken's affecting people. I should not eat at churches.
Y'all ever heard the conspiracy about Church's Chicken has mind control elements and sterilization elements?
It's also made out of rats.
I made out of rats.
It's
bro.
good though. I'll eat that shit.
Wait, have you guys ever heard the Jollibee's story? Or what's that place? Jollibee.
Yeah, Jollibee, yeah.
I've never been
Jollibee's.
there.
Jollibee's, and they fucking sent out a fried dish rag one time, bro. Have you guys ever heard about that, bro? And not only was it just like, oh, it got dropped in the fryer. No, this bitch was breaded and got fried and got sent out, bro.
I remember that.
And
Yeah.
someone was like, what the fuck, you know?
Dude, Jollibee's crazy. What the fuck is up with Jollibee? They're like, it's fried chicken, but it's like Filipino, but also it's spaghetti.
I don't
We
know.
got
yeah.
spaghetti
They're
for
all-
no fucking reason.
They're left and right, bro.
Spaghetti.
Hi.
They're like, it's like,
How you
why?
doing?
It's like, what's like, why the spaghetti?
Okay.
So what, he's the best.
Was there any update on the booze situation?
On the booze? Oh yeah. No,
I could send-
you could do the. Well, I would search for how much that you actually want to spend before you send me money, because.
Let's see.
We got plenty of time, bro. Like, we can literally just grab some more right after.
Oh
the
yeah.
show.
I mean, we're basically at our typical
Yeah, we're-
stream length right now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll wait till Bryant gets back before, but.
Yeah, we'll bring this on home. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if y'all could tell from the way that we've been conducting ourselves, but there's absolutely no preparation that went into this episode in terms of content.
It's all
there's
good,
there's
man.
like
Nothing.
stuff there's like stuff that happened this week, but I think we're gonna save. I think our new plan is we're gonna save a lot of the Zudes with the news stuff because it gets really edgy. We're gonna save
Yeah.
that for that's gonna maybe be a Rumble exclusive.
They've ostracized us into the radical zone,
Yeah.
and so we have to go to Rumble,
Radical
Rumble, Radical Rumble to
No
show
more
what we
content
got.
strikes.
So
yeah.
Zudes with the News is going to be exclusively not on YouTube anymore. We'll post reels and clips maybe on YouTube, but to get the true classic, that's classic Zudecast. Is Zudes with the News, motherfucker.
Yeah.
If you weren't around for Zudes with the News, you should check it out, because you could cancel us.
yeah. Well, we don't have to talk about that.
No, but that's a classic for fucking sure. But you know,
There's-
just
I mean,
the
literally-
algorithms are too sensitive these days, and it's fucked. So
Yeah.
we just gonna have to put it in other places, and then really what's the word? Curate what content comes out in the mainstream platforms.
Strategize and shit.
So you know, I mean, hey, you're just going to have to do some paywall shit, but that's what all the big boys do. So
Well, the Rumble shit won't be paywall shit.
well,
The
no, Rumble.
shit
Yeah, Rumble will
free-
just be a different
free.
platform. But get it on, bang a gong, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we see some influx of traffic on Rumble because it's just a more like niche platform.
Yeah,
I think
they care more about the current events type of stuff though.
Yeah,
I think that crowd is like following. They're following all of the other journalists and things that have been censored. Yeah. We're now amongst their ranks.
I think it seems like a lot of the content is pretty much based around stuff that we already talk about anyway. The sort of like avenues that we already engage in.
Because
so
nice. We spent a good amount of this episode talking about somewhat wholesome stuff. Yeah. I mean, just our usual drug use stuff. Because that's the thing. Like the drug use stuff isn't even that bad. That won't even get you canceled. But we were just we're talking about Ye and we're like criticizing him, and it's like. They're just like, sorry, this video was hate speech. It's like, which part? It was 2 hours fucking long.
I don't hate.
Well, see, and that's it's like, which line, which segment? And then we were going back and watching through it. And we're like, was that the part? Was that the part? Yeah. Like every 2 minutes, we're like,
they won't even tell us.
That was the line that must have got us banned. But it's like, it's crazy because we say crazy shit every single week, but it's just certain topics that they won't let you talk
That just goes to show you the difference between how they suppress speech. YouTube suppresses speech and how they, suppress copyrighted content. Because with copyrighted content, they'll explicitly be like, all right, this is it.
Homie, we in there.
I mean, it's obvious when you use that stuff and like how it gets used. But if you're just having a conversation,
you say we're on YouTube.
They should give you some timestamps.
Yeah, we're in their cornfield, homie. You gotta listen. We can't break their chicken eggs. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's crazy because it's not so much like, oh, you can't say this particular word or you can't talk about this particular thing. It's just, okay, don't even brush this entire topic or there's this whole realm of conversations. Just don't even chance it because they could just come and be like, this is hate speech. And then you're like, no, it wasn't. I'm going to appeal it. And what's crazy is when you get to the appeal page on YouTube, it gives you a chance to kind of justify yourself where you're like, why should this not be taken down? And you have I'm not even shitting you, 100 characters. Less than one tweet to be like, you should be like, please, YouTube, please, it's not hate speech. Like, it's crazy. We went so easy on the Kanye video, too.
No,
we did not we've made way worse jokes before.
Are you telling me I have to write an essay about saying Pokemon are fleshlights now?
No, you should have the freedom to call Pokemon or anything fleshlights.
I can explain it in 100 words.
It's bullshit.
They pretty, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my
God. A real party.
You got a real pretty meowth.
Damn. Ooh.
Stick with me, honey, and you'll be farting through silk panties.
Yo, that's something his grandpa taught him. Don't listen to him. He's saying some shit.
I forget what movie that's from. It's like a Western or some shit.
Anyways,
hey, silk panties meant something more back in the day.
Yeah, that's true. They're like, these little worms had to shit to make your drawers.
Damn, that's true. Don't remind me of that shit.
Gotta farm those suckers.
Right on, fellas. Anything else we
wanted to hit? You guys, I like how you guys asked some questions because I would have went off on some dumb shit.
Dude.
I appreciate y'all for kind of like, I'm not as incriminated as I thought I was going to be on this one.
Yeah. No, we like to show on this show that we have
You guys
range.
like
we
Hitler cats?
Yeah.
What's that?
Hitler cats?
Let's not get into it.
Okay, sorry. That's
Adolf Hitler? Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about the cat people...
there's cat people? I've seen furries. Furries are dumb.
The guy liked his aliens. That's all.
That's true. That's true. He did. We'll say that for a different time. A different episode.
That'll be a Zude file episode.
That should be the Patreon.
How about Dora versus Ni Hao Kai Lan? Because like the Chinese and the Mexicans been fighting since the cowboy days, and there only needs to be one of those shows out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or
just fighting over the railroad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or I don't know, that's all my docket there.
All right, Bryant, let me rapid fire. Everybody ask Bryant fucking out there questions. Bryant, do you believe in God? Tell me what your version of God is.
My version of God is the absolute existence that we are here. And there is no option besides exist. And like we have to do what we can for whatever the force created us. Be it nature, be it some deity, but there is something that made us here.
Sounds pretty atheist, bro.
I'm not saying I'm atheist. I say...
I'm just joking.
Hey, shut up.
I'm joshing.
You know, but like that's the thing. It's like, and Through music, I will find it. I will find my key to the universe.
You're gonna find all 5 rings and put them right on your cock.
I got one. Another question. Go.
Fucking, do you believe in past lives?
If I did, I was a motherfucker. I definitely was the one with like, I don't know, the fucking try to get off the ship quick enough, you know? I feel like...
That's why you got the hustling.
Well, like, I'm half white, half black, so I feel like one of my uncles was trying to chase the other one of my uncles. All right, another question, go.
Do you believe in aliens?
Oh, man, I've seen Chris in the bathroom after there's aliens out there. If you've done enough psychedelics too and laid on the couch in the middle of the field, you definitely believe in aliens.
All right, what's your stance on rim jobs, giving and getting?
I like them. I want them. Give them to me. I ain't cleaning. You get what you get. Call it a buffet. Girl, lay it down. I'll give it back. You know what I'm saying? Eating ass. Whatever. Yeah. Next question.
Fuck.
Look, if you could make a ray gun that could make anybody do anything, an energy directed weapon, what would you make your enemies do?
That's a good one.
As a punishment.
I'd make them shit their pants.
Boom!
Oh, classic.
But there's also a part of me that makes it want to make people dance and laugh forever. Not out of good things, but there's like an old story where it's like there's a demon that like literally would like make a whole. Well, there's actually a thing that did happen too, where people were like dancing uncontrollably and like died. But that torch of what should be happiness becomes something that torments your soul beyond any point. You die laughing at no joke, no jest, purely pain and your own anguish. All right, next question.
What's your next tattoo gonna be?
Oh shit. Well, hold on, let me see.
I know. Show off the goods, bro. You gotta
I just
show off
got
the
this
goods.
one. There's a big ass monkey.
So fucking sick, dude. Got the whole
Wait, which
Naruto
way?
swag.
This way.
There you
Yeah,
go.
4
There it
tails.
is.
But I'm gonna get that
Nice.
shit finished. Get the arm filled
Dude,
out.
that one's coming along, man. You had a few sessions for that joint.
Yeah, this one was like 3 sessions already. Shout out to fucking Aaron Charlie on Instagram.
Yeah.
My boy got one from his apprentice. Show that.
Yeah,
Show
dude.
that
Oh,
shit
yeah,
off.
no,
Yeah.
they've seen it.
Flip the camera.
Oh, yeah,
They've
it's
seen
fire.
the Froggo.
The little Froggo.
I got
I'm
my
trying to
shit.
get another one, man.
Yeah, man. I got
Soon.
this shit done when he was getting his shit done. It was fun time, man.
Hey, fun fact, I used to skateboard with Groovy Nate too.
Yeah,
so,
that's what you're saying. That's cool as fuck, dude.
Am I the only one?
Small world.
I feel like you skateboard with everybody though.
Yeah, I've been around.
All right, one more question.
All right, one more. Psh,
No,
okay.
throw it out.
You didn't say what your next one was gonna be though.
Oh, next one? I'm just gonna get that one finished, but I'm gonna keep
What
continuing.
after that?
If you could say anything to President Obama, what would his form of
What the
President Obama?
fuck is wrong with your fucking big ass head, nigga? What the hell is going on with your noggin? Looks like a goddamn potato. No, I'm playing. I'm just hating. I'd be like, where's my money at, bitch?
All right, follow up. If you could say anything to George Washington, what would you say?
Damn. God damn it, you killing all these black folk, huh? What the hell you doing with them?
If you could say anything to President Trump, what would it be?
Hey, what's up, homie? Let's go hang out. Let's go kick.
Oh, God.
Well, I'm proud to be an American, because at least I know I'm from. Sorry.
Shout out to Lee Greenwood.
Fuck.
Let's get him in
All right,
the
another question.
pod.
Right.
Another question.
If you could ask any question, what would it be?
What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Find me over here.
All right, what would your ideal if you could have one animal to use, real or fictional, to use as a fleshlight?
Oh, fuck.
And it never dies.
Okay.
What is wrong with you? Definitely jellyfish.
No.
Jellyfish.
So,
Man,
like,
what? Mostly
Damn.
water.
as a fleshlight, do I have to, like... So there's certain things that stand
No
on their own.
maintenance required.
No maintenance?
No, it's magic. It just replenishes itself. You can do what you will.
Feel like a nice anaconda because they got a lot of room.
My anaconda don't. My anaconda
They got
don't
you
suck cock.
You just defang it and then just like fucking you got something to hang on to. You know I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Chilling.
I thought you were gonna say the electric eels, bro.
Oh, that's the upgraded version. I don't have enough money for that. But yeah. Snakes, or if I was feeling adventurous, a water buffalo. You know what I'm saying? I like to conquer things bigger than me.
That's big. That's big game hunting if I've ever heard of it, bro.
Yeah. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to know about me?
Favorite Naruto character?
Ooh.
We'll slow things down real quick.
This is the most serious.
This guy.
Is the most thought you put in any of it.
Guy.
Itachi?
No, Madara.
Oh, Madara. I'm fucking dumb.
It's the story of Madara and this guy, Hashirama, and they're just like, it's the constant struggle for peace. But who says that peace is right? Like, one guy's like through it, like peace through chaos, and one people's peace through order, and it's like what's the answer and which one's right? You know what I mean? So like, but I like those two. I like two characters in specific.
What's the?
I think that question has always been confused because you can't have one without the other.
No, exactly. It equals
Indeed.
in goals.
What's the strongest anime character you think Madara could solo?
That's hard. That's hard because it's like. With like certain characters in anime, there's power, there's absolute power, and there's borrowed power.
Yeah.
And like people in Naruto have borrowed power from like gods, and then there's people who are considered like almost gods in certain animes. So it's like with him, I don't even know. Like they can solo the most high school bitches in the skirts that for the pervert animes. But then like he can't. I don't feel like he can take on that many cats that have like the super. Because you see like Goku and shit.
Yeah.
Goku has like he's like Superman of the anime world, where like he's like, of course he's gonna win. This motherfucker can just scream and he gets another level. It's a hard one. It's a hard one, but he definitely can hold his own. You know what I'm saying? He can. He's his thirst for knowledge to achieve peace in his form. It's kind of like a way that drives me, not in like a Nazi way, but it's one of those things that you know, I like to strive for things that you think are impossible, but then you can accomplish, and like these characters remind me of that. It's like they reach these crazy ass points where they obtain these things, and it's like through trying to discover things that they think are not they don't even know are real sometimes. So like I'm gonna chase that, and then it's like it's gonna become like how I'm gonna change the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
So change
Brian,
for the question.
I think you're gonna change the world, Brian.
I mean,
you already have.
I believe that too, man. Every day.
I think you're one of the most OP people, one of the most OP Zudes I've ever met in the whole Zude lore.
The first thing I'm gonna do is change my diapers. You know what I'm saying? Shit my pants on this goddamn podcast.
I've been there.
Hell yeah.
But I appreciate y'all, and I really thank you guys for having me on this. And like, it's just cool to hang out with you guys. Y'all are really good long-term friends. And like, just met this cat today, killing on, you know,
Shouts out to Phoenix.
Change the camera
third episode.
Phoenix.
Everybody give it up for Phoenix. Everybody, come on. Yeah,
thanks. But yeah, man, look out like for like certain things. I play a lot of concerts around just the West Coast. I play in like the Bay Area a lot. San Francisco. I play in Sacramento, of course, because that's where I live. But like,
plug some stuff, man.
Yeah, man. So I got some shit coming up. We're playing at Woods in Livermore on the 30th. That's gonna be cool. I'm playing with a group called Island Black and White. They're a great group. I'm playing with Shane Q, the top 10. She made in the top 10 vocalist of the Voice.
On The Voice.
Yeah, The Voice.
Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah, no,
We play with him at the Green Room on New Year's. It's gonna be fun. And then I got a couple shows coming up with Chris. In January.
Yeah, we're playing out in Reno.
Yeah, we're playing with the Gold Souls. Great funk band. Great
out
people.
The Pepper Mill. If you're ever kicking it around Reno, we're gonna be out there January 5th through 7th.
Yeah, and also just follow my page, Bass Whisperer Brian on Instagram. See what I'm going with. I'm a teacher myself. That's how I support myself. And if anybody wants some lessons, or I teach not just bass, I just teach music and just trying to handle life as a musician. And it's like through my culmination of like asking my teachers who are world-class professionals and asking my friends who are also figuring it out together, just trying to help people who have no experience with it, and just trying to keep pushing everybody together in this circle, man. So.
You know you want this guy as your bass teacher.
Oh, it'll be fun. I promise. I ain't going to talk about Pokemon, but unless you want to. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Make
extra.
every like music metaphor about Pokemon. So.
Bro, that's the thing. It's like that's why I also love that the nerdy shit, because you can relate to some motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll bring up, I'll quote something from Avatar, The Last Airbender, in like a lesson, and they'll be like, yeah. I'm like, you know who the fuck said that? That was Uncle Iroh.
Hey, Uncle Iroh is a goat.
Yeah, just shit like that, and like people, it inspires you. That's why I love that shit, because it's like it's real and it inspires you, and like I hope everybody out there stays inspired to do whatever like they love and keep pushing, because it's worth it. And it's like no matter what level you are, don't get frustrated about it. Like if my life isn't moving too fast and like fast enough for you, I should say, and it's like be patient with yourself, be patient with your growth, and like keep pushing, because things will come out of it if you stick with it.
Fuck
yeah,
man.
Oh yeah, man.
I think that's a great note.
Yeah. Fantastic message.
Fantastic notes and ended.
Good message. This is a wholesome episode, despite all of the things that we said.
I'm a heathen, but at the same time, I love life and I love my friends and I love people. So it's like, it's a good mixture.
Yeah. And just one final reminder, y'all. If you love the Zudecast or even just moderately appreciate the Zudecast, make sure to like this content and also check out our new Rumble page. We'll post a link to it in the description.
Check it out.
And and then also we've got the Zudecast gaming channel coming up in the very near future. Probably the beginning of next year. We're gonna be posting on there. Oh, dude, definitely. We got to do a Sekiro run with you, bro. So
you're saying I can come back?
Fuck yeah.
Dude, you're like you're the honorary fourth dude.
I know. Bryant basically is the fourth dude. Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna hold back on the Let's Plays at this point. I'm like, if we got a whole channel for just that.
Dude, everyone, let's all just shit
I'll
post
do my
onto the
own,
channel
bro.
constantly.
Cool.
That's where the real money's at. Just play
Blow it
video
up.
games.
Love it.
Yeah, nobody cares about us saying like actually useful and interesting things. They're just
We'll
like
make 'em.
Minecraft.
We'll make 'em care.
Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Alright.
just simultaneously roast our user base. Anyway,
Thank you, Zudes.
Thank you, Zudes.
have a wonderful night.